Easy Electric Studios. This is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland. Michigan sports aren't just a game. They're a way of life. And now we've got a show dedicated to die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that. Hello, and welcome into the show, everybody. Happy, Wednesday? Oh, yeah, it's Big Win Wednesday, which means today we're giving one of these away. It is the 2026 Heritage Topps boxes, the hobby boxes, 20 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. You do the math there. I'm told to do a radio show, not math, for a living. We're giving that away at 10:15. I'm excited about that. We'll rip some packs during then, too, from a different box. So for all you baseball card lovers, bam, right there from Curveball Collectibles over in Saginaw. Hey, guess what else happened yesterday? Well, the Tigers got in a fight, and the Detroit Pistons picked up a Game 1 win. I didn't realize this was the first time they held a lead in a series since 2008. We all knew that they had, but it makes sense, though.
Yeah, I realized it.
Yeah, it makes sense because there was the 4 straight sweeps. It was the most consecutive playoff losses in a row dating back to 2008. And I guess there was another thing where it's they've never held a lead in a series. So they finally get that 1-0 lead at home. They were up by 10 for most of this game. Cleveland comes storming back in the fourth quarter, start to panic a little bit, and Cade Cunningham checks back into the game. Dime to Jalen Duren for a dunk. Next possession, dime to Jalen Duren for a dunk. Third possession, dime to Jalen Duren for a dunk. And they close out the game just like that. Take a 1-0 lead over the Cavs. They're now minus 210 favorites to make it onto the Eastern Conference Finals. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Cade Cunningham, even though he didn't have a great game from the field, found a way to get his 20 points because he would not settle. Continue to get to the free throw line last night, which obviously, for the first couple of years of his career, that was something he really struggled with, was getting to the line. Now he's so big and so strong that he can just go finish through contact. And most teams, centers, aren't going to be able to block him without fouling him. And sure enough, he gets to the line a ton yesterday and ends up with his 20 points. That he's done more than anybody else here in the playoffs. I thought Ausar Thompson was impeccable last night. Just, again, Dennis Rodman reborn is where I'm at with Ausar Thompson. It's on another level compared to everybody else. You got the best defenders in the NBA who are all 7 foot. Wemby, Gobert, Bam's not quite 7 foot, but he's that rim protector. And then there's Ausar, who's 6'6" and just one of the best rim protectors in the NBA still. I love that. Duncan and Tobias both were on fire. Even got a little bit of an edge from Duncan Robinson, who went right up to James Harden, started yelling in his face. James Harden pushes away. Jalen Duren comes in because he's the big dog and yells right back at Harden. Big-time win for the Pistons last night to go up 1-0.
Yeah, the Duncan Robinson moment was, that had to have been the best part of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Duncan Robinson has always had a little chippiness to him. That's always been his thing.
Underrated.
Yeah, but to do it against James Harden and Harden to push him back, by the way, the double tech for that, what is the point of a double tech?
It's Adam Silver's NBA.
It's dumb is what it is. Just do nothing. If you're going to tech both of them up and no team gets free throws out of it, what's the point of even doing that? Just let them play. There was nothing going on other than a light shove. But, yeah, this game felt great just from the fact that Detroit almost, I don't want to say blew it, but, Cleveland came all the way back and tied this game up. And after the Pistons were up the whole way and felt really good and had a double-digit lead for the large majority of this game, you felt a little bit scared there down the stretch. And then as soon as Cleveland ties it up after Harden went on a big run himself, Duren gets a huge block on him. And you mentioned it, the 3 straight slams off of 3 straight dimes from Cade. Jalen Duren throwing him down. What a way to end this game, and what a way to close it out, because we haven't really seen that yet. And going up 1-0 without the pressure, without being down 3-1, like it's such a difference going up 1-0 than not. And it feels good that they finally have done that, because the last 2 playoff series we've seen in the last year have not gone that way.
Yeah, Cade finishes with 23, only 6 for 19 from the field, but got to the free throw line 11 times. Duren, look, I'll just get into this right now. I have 4 big takeaways from Game 1. You can call them overreactions. I think they're just the right takeaways from the first game. The first thing that pops out was before Duren had his 3 straight dunks and added 6 points to his total for 12, he wasn't really scoring. He was 1 for 7 at one point. And I wrote down in my notes, I think it's okay if Duren's not scoring. Now, it's not okay for his own sake, because he's losing out on a ton of money for his contract extension. Like, he's just walking away from a max contract right now. But from a Pistons standpoint, I don't think it's 100% essential for Jalen Duren to be this 20 points per game guy for the Pistons to be able to win this series and series going forward. He had the best plus-minus on the team yesterday. When he was out there, he was making an impact. 7 offensive rebounds, 7 extra possessions for the Pistons. That ended up being a big deal, especially considering Cleveland just made more threes than the Pistons did. 4 assists as well. Like, he was doing a little bit of everything. I thought the defensive effort was pretty good last night, too, of contesting shots at the rim without fouling, which is something he really struggled with in the first game. I don't think it's all that important that Duren's scoring 20 points per game in the playoffs. It sucks for him in terms of the money he's losing out on, but I think it's going to be okay as long as Tobias and Duncan keep playing the way that they are.
I mean, Duren was 1 for 7 at one point in this game, and I didn't feel like, man, Duren is really struggling tonight. Like, you didn't really get that feel because he was dominating the glass. Jared Allen got in early foul trouble, so it was a lot of Evan Mobley playing the 5, a lot of Thomas Bryant. I mean, those guys cannot handle Duren. I know Duren kind of showed it. He wasn't the big, strong, aggressive guy in round 1 that we maybe all thought he was. Well, he showed it last night, and I feel that he's going to show that more than not in this series against the bigs of the Cavaliers. He was dominant on the boards, even before the big-time stretch at the end of the game where he really shined. Like, I thought it was a good Duren game up until the fourth quarter, and then his close was incredible. I mean, his close was unbelievable, getting every rebound. Obviously, the 3 dunks, but, like, that wasn't even the most impressive part. The block on Harden, to me, was, like, what changed everything, because it was a tie game. Harden had hit, 4 floaters in a row. The guy could not miss on the floaters, or he was getting fouled every single time. Duren gets the huge block that would have put Cleveland in the lead, and next thing you know, it leads to a slam from him. Pistons go on a run, they win the game.
Yeah, how about before the slam, too, of just being able to wall someone off in transition? Yeah. Posting someone up as you're moving down the floor, that's a tough thing to do, and he just, boom, spins, puts his butt into the dude, and just spins and dunks it. He was always in the right spot. Like, Cade knew where to find his guy, even though they weren't lobs. That's how you unlock Duren here. If you're going to take away the lob, Cade Cunningham attacking, drawing help, because he's been getting to the free throw line all night, so you want to be in better position, and then, boom, just dump it right off to Duren, who's one dribble and just going to slam it down. Plus 17 last night. It was the best on the team. Second takeaway I had, and by the way, pat on the back to us for calling the offensive rebounding stuff. He dominated Jared Allen and Evan Mobley.
We're smart.
Number 2 reaction, Asar Thompson. He's on the Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman level of defense. And I know both of those guys were NBA champions, both of them Hall of Famers, defense player of the year type of guys.
Yeah, Ben Wallace has 4 of them.
Yeah, tied for the most ever.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that crazy to throw Asar Thompson into that group. And maybe Asar Thompson just never wins a depoy because Wemby's in the league. This is one of the best perimeter defenders I've ever seen. The guys I always think of are Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron when he was in Miami, of just the guys that you can throw on literally anybody, and he's going to be able to protect the rim, get some steals, get some blocks, and just be like a wall of a player where you can't really get by him. Then there's Asar Thompson, who's all those things, but also the twitchiest, most freak athlete, most 1% guy that exists in the NBA. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, and I'm having a hard time coming up with actual comparisons to who he is, other than Dennis Rodman, because Rodman was also an undersized big guy who just somehow ended up with, 12 rebounds on a nightly basis. Asar, last night, 8 rebounds. Keep in mind he's 6'6". 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 11 points. Just filling up the stat sheet every way. these playoffs have been exactly what I dreamed about when we drafted Asar Thompson with the 5th overall pick, just doing a little bit of everything and playing some of the best defense you'll ever see. And it's honestly exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I mean, he in the fourth quarter, I thought that it got a little bit tough for him. There's a reason he didn't close the game because the Pistons' offense couldn't really score, and he couldn't be the matchup with James Harden, and Harden was just cooking, and they were just kind of letting him do that. So it was like, okay, what's kind of the point of having Asar out here? So I understood that because I saw some people were upset with, like, why is Asar Thompson not closing this game? The Pistons needed some different level of offense because they were on a really cold stretch in the fourth quarter leading up to that run. So I didn't necessarily disagree with that decision from JB. But yeah, the start of this game for Asar, I mean, and how he closed the series against Orlando, it probably feels disrespectful to compare him to Ben Wallace and Dennis Rodman, to those guys, I would say. You know, all-time.
Disrespectful to who?
All-time to what do you think I'm going to say? You think it's disrespectful to Asar Thompson?
No, I'm not. But I don't think it's disrespectful
those guys are Hall of Fame defenders.
And I think
is Asar Thompson going to be a Hall of Famer?
I think Asar Thompson is on that level defensively. He'd have to win some championships, of course, because that's what those guys did. But like, it's not all that different to me. I think he's one of one, once in a generation type of defender. I think it's that good. I mean, the shot contesting he has at the rim, the ability to recover, the ability to, when somebody needs to help and then they start rotating the ball and moving all around, still not being able to get an open shot because Asar is just flying, guarding 4 guys in the same possession. It's mind-blowing to anyone who, like, the high school basketball coaches, oh my God, they're probably showing this to all of their players. Just watch Asar Thompson for one possession, guys. That's what he is.
The stuff that makes me so upset is when they get the fouls on him when he already, like, there's so many fouls he picks up where he creates a loose ball, like he forces James Harden to dribble it off of his leg, and then he's going after the loose ball and they call the foul on him. Those are like half of the fouls he picks up. Or like he's already created the turnover, he's just trying to actually get the ball and they call the foul on him. Those make me so mad. Like on the fact that they get called. Those should not be fouls, man. It's a loose ball. Like you're both going for it.
Reaction number 3, Tobias Harris. He's played his way back onto the Pistons. 2 years, $50 million. Who says no? This guy's unreal. The ability to take advantage of any smaller defender, because you notice what they did right away. It's what we kind of talked about yesterday. They put James Harden on him for a lot of the game. And it was like, okay, like, is this really your plan? This is what you're going to do? And he just bullied him right down to the basket. I was pleasantly surprised by... Well, Harden was on Duncan for a good amount, too. Mitchell was the guy who was on Tobias.
They started the game with Harden on Tobias, and then they kind of were really shifting things around once they had Harden and Mitchell on-off minutes.
Either way, he was finding, especially with no Allen and Mobley having to play the 5, he was finding ways to just kind of take advantage of everybody down low and get down to the rim, get to 10 feet away, and boom, just pop one right in. I think he's played his way back onto the Pistons, which is basically shocking at this point. It's not shocking based on what's happened in the playoffs, but I would have said 100-to-1 odds he's back with the Pistons going into the postseason.
Well, that's the odd part because it still feels like the most upgradable spot on the team as far as going into next year and taking another step. Obviously, we're not really focused on next year right now, but it's just odd to think about. Like Tobias Harris returning to this team on anything less than like a 1-year mid-level exception type deal. He's definitely outplayed the mid-level, that's for sure. He's back into the $20 million number, I would assume.
My last one, Danis Jenkins. He's shaking all the funk off of him. That was a really good game from him, especially early on in the first quarter. And then again in the fourth quarter, it felt like he was getting to his spots. He was a lot more poised. That Game 7 performance from him, I think, just like took a lot of weight off of his shoulders. And now he can go play a little bit more freely because it did feel like for the first 6 games of the first series, he felt the pressure. And he couldn't make a shot to save his life. And then yesterday, he comes in, plays 29 minutes, and scores his 12 points, goes 5 for 13, hits his free throws, still can't hit a 3. But somehow had 7 rebounds, too, just kind of flying all over the place.
And 4 steals. Where did he get 4 steals?
I don't know. Now the Pistons are, I believe it's 22-3 when he scores 12 points. Future 6th man of the year? I don't think it's crazy.
Really?
I wrote it down in my notes. I don't think it's all that crazy for him to win a 6th man eventually, especially if next year he just goes into the seasons like, yeah, this guy's going to get 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, I mean, and he's going to be on a pretty good contract as well.
$4 million.
Which, yeah, I mean, the sixth man of the year, basically anybody can win that. You just have, I mean, you get the run to do it. Anybody's available to do it. But
who averages the most points off the bench?
Right.
It's really just that.
Most of the time it is that. Yeah, but I thought Danis was really good. And, yeah, he couldn't make a three, which obviously you'd like for him to make threes. He did in Game 7, and that was a big reason that they won. But I just thought he was great in the fact that I know where those 7 rebounds come. 3 offensive rebounds, and I think all 3 of them came in the fourth quarter. I mean, he had the tap out at the end where they got 2 different offensive rebounds on the same possession. What a great tap out that was. The guy is everywhere on the offensive glass as the smallest guy on the floor. Like, he's just flying around at all times. And specifically on a night where Cade didn't really have his shot. Cade was getting to the line well. He's getting to the hoop well as well, and his passing was nice down the stretch. His jumper just wasn't really there. You got to have Danis out there. Because then, like, he has to be a secondary option when Cade doesn't have the jumper. And that's why Danis played as much as he did. And I thought he played a huge role in this game for them.
Yeah, because if it's not Danis, who else are you relying on to create offense for others? It's Asar.
It's why Asar wasn't out there, too. I mean, when it was a tie game, like, okay, our offense is not doing anything right now, and our defense is giving up buckets to Harden every time. So, like, we need to make a switch. Danis comes in, closed the game. He was a +8 off the bench, and obviously was a big reason why they closed it out.
Asar with the 5 assists, too, man. That one where he spun from the basket and then dumped it off to, I think it was Stu. It might have been Duren, but I think it was Stu. And he just went up for the layup. It's like, I don't know how you see this, the way that how fast you're moving, how you're able to slow down and make that pass.
Man, plus
awesome.
The end of quarter magic that this team has got, man.
What, 3 buzzer beaters in the last 2 games?
Yeah, 3 in the last 2 games, man. I mean, the Javonte Green one was just like, man, this first quarter's going so crazy, and he just added to it. The Ron Holland one was like, we needed that desperately.
Yeah.
Like, the Cavs were on a crazy run to end the third. That 3 was huge. Obviously, they still cut it down nonetheless. But
Holland with 10 minutes. I didn't love them.
He was a +8.
I know he was a +8, but I didn't love them. There was a possession where he was just at the top of the key, wide open, and he was like, "Do I shoot it?" It feels like his confidence might be a little shot after not playing most of the series.
Well, Cleveland wants him to shoot, right? Cleveland is just like, shoot it every time you catch the ball out there. We don't care.
But in the regular season, he had no hesitation to let it rip. That, like, I appreciated that, even though it didn't go in at a high level. At least at least he was willing to do it.
I would be fine if he didn't shoot at all when he's left wide open like that. Just know you're not going to shoot it. Like, it seems like when he catches it, it's like, oh, am I going to shoot it or am I not? Like, when Asar catches it out there, he just doesn't even think about shooting it.
Yeah, he gets to open space.
Yeah, like, if Holland's not going to do that, then he's got to be like Asar in that way, yeah.
But he's not the freak athlete that Asar is in doing that. He had the nice transition layup, too. I just thought offensively, the classic Ron Holland Euro step and one. He's done that a trillion times this season. I don't know. I just thought it didn't make me excited one way or the other when I saw him in. 989-837-6125. Your game 1 reactions. Plus, I want to dive into what happened last night in the Tigers game in case you missed it. Framber Valdez beams Trevor Story in the back. Gets thrown out of the game. Bench is clear. I don't blame him. I'll just leave it at that. 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We are live here on 100.9 The Mitt here in the Blazy Electric Studio on a Wednesday, Big Win Wednesday. We'll be giving away the Curveball Collectibles Hobby Box at 10:15. 9 o'clock hour, as always, is brought to you by Iron Stack Technology. They help businesses solve real tech problems securely, efficiently, and without the headache. When your IT is working the way it should, everything else gets easier. Iron Stack Technology, solution-driven, mission-focused. You can find them online at ironstacktechnology.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. on 100.9 The Mid.
Last night, the Tigers get into this bench clearing. I don't even want to call it a brawl because no punches were thrown, no pushes were. It's the most typical baseball benches clear, nothing happens thing ever. Hold me back. I'll do something if you don't hold me back. Whatever. Here's the situation, guys. Baseball, real life. Let's compare the two. In real life, there are unwritten rules. You know, I am not allowed to just be disrespectful to everyone I come across because guess what? Someone might take action. It's an unwritten rule. Like, I don't have a set time I'm supposed to be here before the show starts. There's no deadline of time I have to be before I'm considered late. But there's an expectation, there's an unwritten rule that I'm not just walking in 5 minutes before the show starts. In baseball, there are unwritten rules. You're on the road, you just hit a home run, maybe not the best idea to throw your bat 16 feet up into the air. If there's an unwritten rule, it's implied you can do this, but there might be consequences. If you're on second base, there was a great breakdown last night. Framber Valdez maybe tipping some pitches. Some Boston players on second base maybe relaying some signs to the hitter so they know what's coming next. Maybe that's part of the reason Framber Valdez gave up 10 runs last night. Maybe, maybe not. But if Framber Valdez thinks his pitches are being tipped, and correlated to the hitters, and Framber Valdez is seeing guys launch their bats up into the air. Meanwhile, Boston's barely won any series this year. Guess what? You got to deal with the consequences of breaking the unwritten rules. Framber Valdez, after back-to-back home runs, beams Trevor Story in the back, and immediately Boston puffs their chest out. Keep in mind, this team's just been losing all year. They puff their chests out. They leave the dugout. Everyone's out on the field, forces the Tigers to come out, forces the bullpens to come out. And it's just like, hey, man, Framber Valdez hit your guy on purpose. Now, he claims he didn't, but he did. Like, there's no way I believe the fact that he didn't. It was back-to-back home runs square in the middle of the chest. And then when he got ejected after the benches finally cleared, or like everyone went back to their benches, you know what Framber Valdez did? He nodded and just walked away. No argument whatsoever. I don't even blame the guy. He'd given up 10 runs. It was time for him to come out of the game anyway. I don't know why A.J. Hinch was letting him just rot out on the mound.
I know why.
He doesn't want the bullpen to come in.
Team's got no bullpen.
So Framber's like, you know what? Screw this. You just launch your bat in the air. My pitches are being tipped. You don't do that at home. So here's a warning. And hits Trevor Story. That's old school baseball. You know, he should have been ejected. I'm putting it out there right now. He should have been ejected. I'm not trying to make the case he shouldn't. I'm not trying to make the case it wasn't on purpose, because I think it was. But when you break the unwritten rules of baseball and you're a below average, subpar baseball team that starts puffing their chest out and acting all tough, don't be surprised when a team retaliates. You break the unwritten rules, there's consequences to it. I don't blame Framber Valdez for hitting Trevor Story.
I can't believe you're taking this angle. I thought you were the guy that was the unwritten rules are the dumbest thing ever. We did this conversation in basketball the other day, dunking at the end of the game when there's no shot clock off.
And what did I say?
You said that's a dumb unwritten rule.
I said deal with the consequences of it, though. Jokic comes running after you. I don't feel bad for you because you're the one that decided to do that. It's the same in basketball. It's the same in football. If you're a football coach and you decide to continue to run plays when you're up 30, college football, you're running plays up 30. Guess what? If the other coach doesn't want to shake your hand,
keeping the starters in the game, you know, like not dribbling the clock out. There's a bunch of these things.
The other coach doesn't want to shake your hand. That's the consequence of breaking the unwritten rules. There's an unwritten rule in baseball. Bat flip at your own pace. You know, bat flip at your own risk. If you guys want to launch your bats up into the air and act tough for the first time all season, this is what could happen. Again, I'm not making the case that nothing should happen. Framber might get fined. I don't know. He probably should. But I don't blame him for taking his frustration out, because guess what Boston's going to think twice about doing the next time they're in Comerica Park, the next time they're facing Framber Valdez? Flipping their bat 100 feet into the air and tipping pitches.
I was 100% with A.J. Hinch on this one. I think this was embarrassing for the Tigers. I think this was embarrassing for Framber Valdez and for the Tigers in general. And A.J. Hinch had to be the one to talk to Wilson Contreras, who was the most upset about this. Of course, the one who did pimp the home run and toss his bat. Look, I think pimping a home run.
His pitch tipped and known what was coming.
Okay, Framber Valdez had given up 10 runs, man.
Yeah.
Like this is my thing. If this would have been a 2-1 game and Wilson Contreras did that, or hell, if the Tigers are up 10-0 and it's the first run of the game for the Red Sox and Contreras pimps his bat, sure, then I could be like Framber Valdez being like, dude, who do you think you are?
I'd be more upset if it was a 2-1 game and he hit him. The fact that they were down 10, whatever. Get me out of this game. I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm pissed at the other team.
How big of a... It just... To throw at Story because you have given up 10 runs. You're having the worst start ever. You just gave up back-to-back home runs, and you're going to take your frustration out because of how bad you've been in the game on the other team. I just don't... I thought it was so embarrassing for him to do that.
Jokic loses a basketball game in the playoffs. The other team in the last couple seconds, Jaden McDaniels scores a layup. Are you mad at Jokic,
Does
for
Jokic
running
go up
across
and
the field?
punch the guy?
I mean,
Because
he went up and shoved him.
It's pretty similar to throwing a ball at a guy's back.
I mean, he went up and shoved him before the game was over, too. Before the game was over. It ended up being a double foul in that Denver versus Minnesota game.
Sure, there was 10 seconds left in the game? This was in the fourth inning?
Not even. Yeah. But nonetheless, you have to deal with the consequences if you're going to toe a line and potentially step over a line for the unwritten rules in a sport.
We can say that they have to deal with the consequences if the consequences are getting drilled with a pitch in the back. They also have the right to be upset with that. And I still think no matter what, if they're dealing with the consequences, it's still embarrassing that the Tigers did that. And it's still embarrassing from Framber Valdez. The fact that you gave up 10 runs and had the worst outing ever and have a history of being this emotional pitcher, by the way, and the Red Sox broadcast was not shy to bring up the history of Framber Valdez,
I hate the Red Sox
at his
broadcast
catcher
for what they just did. That was ridiculous.
I thought the Red Sox broadcast was more on par than the Tigers broadcast, that's for sure. Andy Dirks, I love Andy Dirks. I think he's awesome, and he's very fun to listen to.
He's corny.
Okay, that's not where I was going. Him doing the whole, they're tossing Framber Valdez for that, being shocked that Framber Valdez got ejected from the game.
Yeah, it's a homer opinion.
And saying that it's going to affect the Tigers bullpen. The guy was coming out after the home run no matter what. I mean, the guy had given up 10 runs. What are we talking about here? I thought the Red Sox broadcast was much more on par than the Tigers one because it was clearly on purpose. It was obviously on purpose. There's no doubt about it that Framber Valdez drilled Trevor Story on purpose. And deserved to be ejected.
I'm 100% aligned with you right there.
But I'm telling you.
He did it on purpose. He deserved to be ejected. I agree with you.
And that's what the Red Sox broadcast was relaying and saying this guy has
they were calling him soft. They were calling him this. They were calling him that. They were saying it was weak. They couldn't.
It was weak. It literally was. It was a weak move from Framber Valdez.
Don't
it was a word.
Break the unwritten rules. If I'm Framber Valdez, guess what? I'm mad at AJ Hinch for that. I'm even still out there. What would you rather do? Hey, AJ, I'm done. I'm going to keep giving up runs, or just get yourself ejected so you don't have to do it anymore. I didn't think it was embarrassing for anybody. You know what was embarrassing? The fact that they gave up 10 runs. Him beaming Trevor Story, he's taking his frustration out.
What
a
loser move.
No.
There's nobody like that. That's almost like, oh, I'm giving up 10 runs. Okay, I'm just going to I'm going to hit the next batter. Dude, what are we doing? Deal with it yourself. You're the one that is having the bad game. Yes, I know all 10 runs wasn't earned. I see we're seeing that in our YouTube chat. Whatever. Framber Valdez had a terrible day. No doubt about that.
Sure.
And he's had a good season so far for the Tigers. And this sucks that he had this outing because it really blemishes his ERA. His ERA is like a 4.5 now after having a really good start to the season for the Tigers. But I just feel this is, for everything that has happened in the last couple weeks for the Tigers injury-wise, this was the worst thing that has happened. Framber Valdez having this.
Dude. Scooble's out 2 to 3 months. This is not worse than Scooble being out 2 to 3 months. That's crazy.
I'm okay. I guess I mean from an on the field thing. This is just for your one of your lone starters left. You got 2 guys left, and for him to be acting in this way in the first week of May, what are we doing? It's just ridiculous.
You know what else is embarrassing? The Red Sox being as crappy as they are and as disappointing as they've been, and firing their manager at this point in the season, finally scoring some runs and throwing their bats 16 feet up into the air. That's embarrassing, man. That's
You're
crazy.
out on bat flips.
I'm not out on bat flips.
This is crazy.
I'm not out on bat flips.
So
you
it's
have to deal with the
contextual
consequences if you are going to do that. If you are a terrible team,
you
and
just said it's
suddenly,
embarrassing to throw your bat up in the air if you're losing
when you suck, when you're a terrible team
They're
and you're
up 10
doing
to
bat
nothing,
flips.
bro. If they were down 10-0, then I would agree with you. They're destroying
be
the
more
Tigers.
embarrassing.
They're killing the Tigers. Like, they have every right to do that. They're teeing off
And
against
deal
these
with the
guys.
consequences if you're going to do that on the road in an opposing ballpark. I'm just saying,
And
do
they
that
did.
at your own risk.
They
And he
did
got
deal with
hit
the
ball.
consequences, and it still is just as embarrassing for Framber Valdez to do that.
I disagree. 989-837-6125. Where are you at? Framber Valdez, was it, how do I word this? It's not earned, but do you blame him? Do you blame Framber Valdez for what he did there, for hitting Trevor Story? Let's see what you guys have to say in the Mint messages when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on the Mint. As always, show is brought to you by Bresky Siding and Building Repair, the experts who do the job right the first time. Whether you get a leaky roof, storm damage, siding, looking a little tired, Bresky has you covered. Locally owned, trusted, and dedicated to keeping Midland area homes safe and looking sharp. Quality materials, skilled craftsmanship, and service that puts your family first. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair today and keep your home strong for years to come.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on
Oh yeah.
Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
Do you blame Framber Valdez for what he did last night? I say Boston had that coming. Kyle says it was embarrassing for the Tigers and Framber Valdez. I got a text that says, what coach leaves their pitcher out there while he's getting shelled? AJ Hinch dropped the ball here more than anybody. Yeah. I mean, I understand where AJ's coming from, letting him stay in there because you need to protect the bullpen.
I think it's a tough spot for Hinch. Like, I do understand, like, this text. We got another YouTube chat from Mike as well saying shame on AJ Hinch for leaving his pitcher out there. It felt like Framber was just trying to get out of the game because clearly things weren't going well. But I think his pitch count was like 60 or something. Yeah. Like, he wasn't even at that high of a pitch count. I understand, like, yeah, he was still having a terrible game. But the Tigers had 2 straight bullpen days and have Jack Flaherty on the mound the next day. Like, they kind of needed Framber to get through 6 innings, and he just obviously couldn't.
Got a text that says he was throwing at nothing but Boston's bats, so he's may as well hit one of them. Fair. Did you see the Eric Hosmer video of him breaking down that he thought Boston was stealing pitches?
I did not see this.
They were getting really aggressive and trying to steal second, and then there was some subtle miscommunication going on between whoever was on second base and the hitter. Framber couldn't get any swing and miss because it felt like anytime there was a breaking ball, they were just laying off of it and predetermined not swinging. I'd be pretty frustrated, too, if I was a pitcher that just, like, it felt like the other team knew exactly what was coming.
I've always felt, though, that, like, it's on the pitcher. If you're making it obvious enough to be knowing the hitters can know what's coming, like, clearly you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Nonetheless, it's a reason to be frustrated.
Yeah, 100%.
Dave says, old school baseball. Too bad we didn't get to see Dingler pound Story.
Just the catcher hops
a double
up.
team.
Yeah, as soon as he gets hit by the pitch, Dingler just hops up.
It's like a WWE tag team. Tag,
no,
you're in.
If they did that, then sure, I'd be all in for it.
Mike said no. Boston was relaying pitches to each other. Just watched an X video about it. Yeah, that was the Eric Hosmer video. I don't blame him for being frustrated, and it's like, dude, like, it's almost like a cry to age because you don't ask to come out of the game if you're a pitcher. That's one way to get out.
I think that's what he was doing, though.
It's like, yeah, hey, the other team knows what pitch is coming. It's 10 runs. I'm pissed at AJ Hinch that I haven't been taken out of this game. I don't want to be here anymore. I'll take the expressway out. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I've just never been a fan of, like, what is a hitter supposed to do in that situation? The pitcher can just beam you in between the numbers with a pitch in a spot that is obviously not fun, with a fastball. By the way, Framber Valdez saying that was he didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, it was the first fastball he's thrown all year. He hasn't thrown a single fastball in 2026.
Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing. He's a sinker ball pitcher. He just throws a sinker. He threw a 4-seam fastball for the first time all season on that pitch, but sure, it wasn't on purpose.
This is so square in the middle of his back.
Right, man. Like, I've never been a fan that a pitcher can do that, and then he can step back and go hide behind his guys. Like, to me, it's the word that I can't say. It's weak.
He was looking for a way out of the game.
That's not the way.
What's the way then?
You're saying Boston deal with the consequences? Framber Valdez deal with the consequences that you're getting crapped on. He's got to deal with the consequences. Stay out there. Get out of it. Figure it out. You're the one that has given up 10 runs, not Boston, not Trevor Story.
And
he doesn't deserve to get hit with a pitch.
What circumstance is a pitcher out there when he has given up 10 runs and his manager's just like, nah, sorry.
That one?
Bad circumstance.
Yeah, and guess who got him?
Situation.
Hey, guess who got him in that circumstance?
Himself.
So he's got to deal with it.
Steve said Boston's got to deal with throwing their bats 15 feet in the air. Steve says it was,
and they did. Like, I don't get this. No, I don't get this point of you saying they have to deal with the consequences. They did.
Yes, they did.
That doesn't make it any less embarrassing for what Framber Valdez did, and that doesn't take away Framber Valdez. Oh, it's okay that he threw at Trevor Story because Boston's just dealing with the consequences.
And Framber Valdez dealt with the consequences. He got ejected.
That's what he wanted.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's not a consequence if it's what he wanted.
Steve says, yes, it was so predictable. Plays into his reputation as an immature hothead. Took him all but 8 starts to validate all the criticisms of Framber.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's what we talked about last segment. Like, There was the big thing last year about when him and his catcher were not on the same page. They had multiple mound meetings. Framber wanted a certain pitch. The catcher wanted a certain pitch. And he just throws it. Once again, this is funny. It was the same thing. Throws a fastball. When Framber Valdez doesn't throw fastballs right at his catcher's, the mask, while he wanted a sinker down low. And they got in a big fight. Teammates. That's a crazy thing.
Nobody's fighting with Dingler.
Yeah, Dingler's
okay,
too
Framber, good of a teammate.
You can do whatever you want, yeah.
Becca says a suspension would be the correct call since it was never done since it has never been done before one hit batter. I don't think he'll get suspended. I think you get ejected.
I saw Buster Olney talking about this morning, potentially Framber Valdez getting suspended. I don't think it will happen, but this doesn't happen a lot anymore in baseball. This is kind of a lost, I don't want to say a lost art, but this has just gone away in baseball.
Hitting guys or suspensions?
Hitting guys. It just isn't really, it used to be way more prominent, and now it's just not. And so now I feel like maybe baseball will take action the few times that it does happen, but I don't know.
Wade says, you want to keep flipping bats and showboating, you got to pay the price. Play stupid games, receive stupid prizes. That's kind of where I'm at with this.
I see that.
You want to keep throwing the bat around? Especially, it'd be one thing if the Dodgers came to town. Also, if the Dodgers came to town, we're hitting 10 home runs, I don't think they'd be acting like that because that's kind of just what they do.
Sure.
It's the fact that it's Boston and their season's gone as embarrassingly as it has.
Okay.
And then the first time they get this giant lead, that's when they want to start acting all tough and puffing their chest out and flexing their muscles. That, to me, is the most annoying part about it. It's man, you guys suck, too.
The Red Sox are 2.5 games worse than the Tigers this year. Let's not
fired our manager.
Let's not act like the Red Sox are the worst team in baseball and the Tigers are some all-star team.
They're one of two teams that have fired their manager.
These teams are on the same level right now. They're 2.5 games separated from each other. What are we talking about? It's an embarrassing season. The Tigers are embarrassing right now, too.
They fired their manager. It's way more embarrassing than dealing with all the injuries that the Tigers have.
Just saying, man. We're not. I just don't get the whole take of this is the worst season of all time for Boston. They're 2 games worse than Detroit.
It's the most disappointing season Boston's had, considering the expectations and how poorly it's gone. I mean, they had to fire their manager, 3 weeks into the season?
We know they fired their manager.
That doesn't happen unless you are having an embarrassing season. The Tigers are below 500, in my mind, the biggest reason because of injuries. Slightly different situation. Let's see. What's the YouTube chat saying?
Yeah, we just got Nate in the YouTube chat saying, I've never agreed with Ben more than right now. He was getting shelled and they started emoting. I'd throw one high and tight too.
Emoting. It wasn't even high and tight. There was no way Trevor's story could dodge that one.
That was I don't even know what you would describe that one as. And then he says, Kyle, was this Game 7 of the World Series? I don't know. It wasn't.
It's not that big of a deal that he got ejected.
I get why he wanted out of the game. Trust me, I understand that perspective of it. Yeah.
Brian says if you're going to steal signs, you got to pay the price. That's also where I'm at. If the pitcher's tipping signs, feel free to take them. But if you're going to continue to do that and the pitcher feels that you know it, don't be mad. You can't be mad if he retaliates. Maybe you don't do that and you won't get hit with a pitch. And guess what? He got thrown out of the game. He should be. I'm not sitting here saying it wasn't on purpose because we got a couple texts that said that. It didn't look intentional. No, it was, man. It for sure was intentional.
Yeah. John in the YouTube chat, I don't know if he's joking or not. I kind of assume that he is. He says, Valdez was quoted saying, you can only flip bats if you're from the DR, and this is the World Baseball Classic. Those guys like to flip bats in the WBC, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anything else going on in the YouTube chat noteworthy?
Basically just a lot of people saying, they agreed with it, or Valdez had to pay with the consequence. A lot of the same stuff we're taking both of our sides here. 50-50, definitely.
Good old-fashioned sports debate on sports radio. 989-837-6125.
One more funny one?
Sure.
Gary says, I think Story said to Valdez, hey, bud, and he hit him. It's good stuff.
That's what you call a callback. All right, Mr. Appliance is your go-to fast, reliable home appliance repair right here in Midland. From refrigerators and ovens to washers, dryers, and more, they'll get you back up and running. Keep your home running smoothly with Mr. Appliance. Schedule service today at MrAppliance.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid. Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, we've got a giveaway coming up here in about 20 minutes or so. Let's get to a couple more messages about the Framber Valdez situation, and then we will move on, maybe revisit it in the 11 o'clock hour, because I do want to talk a little bit more about the Pistons game here in the 10 o'clock hour as well. We've got Around the League coming up, too. A lot of good stuff. Let's see. Ryan says, not if he was relaying pitch grips. Don't blame him at all if that's the case. I think he's talking about just Boston's team in general.
Yeah. I mean, if the grips is what you're looking at, then once again, it's like, yeah, that sucks. You have to do a better job of like not displaying that though.
Joe says it did kind of feel like it was on purpose. Yeah, obviously. I didn't know the fastball thing, that he hadn't thrown a fastball, a four-seamer all year.
Right.
Yeah, of course it's on purpose.
The first one, and it was funny because he was asked about that. I saw Evan Petzold had Valdez's quote about that, and he said, I'm paraphrasing here, but he essentially was just like, yeah, I was just trying to switch things up. You know, clearly they were getting to me. I figured I needed to throw some sort of different pitch to throw him off. Like, dude, come on, man. Like,
I think the biggest giveaway was his reaction after he got ejected. He was just like, okay.
Or his reaction the whole time. His face never changed. I mean, he hit Story and he does this face the whole time.
Yeah, he's just like, please, AJ,
never showed an ounce of emotion.
Please take me out of this game.
If I'm hitting a guy like on purpose, I am going to be emotional about it.
Yeah,
you know,
come get
like
me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm ready to go. Like he clearly was just like, I'm sorry, Trevor. Like it feels like he didn't even mean. Yeah, it feels like he didn't even mean ill intent. He's like, I got to do this, man. Like I just this is my only way out.
Matthew said, I felt like at some point Valdez gave up and decided to throw at a batter hoping he would get pulled.
That's exactly what we're saying.
When Hinch didn't pull him, he threw at Story, sending the laughing emojis. But that's how I see it.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Because did he have another hit by pitch before that? I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
It's just like, yeah, you know what?
First pitch of the at-bat, too. Like, it's just, yeah, there's no better way of displaying that you're doing something on purpose.
Yeah, I think A.J. Hinch might have learned a lesson here, too. If your hitter gives up 10 runs, probably just time to go to the bullpen regardless.
I still think he was in a tough spot. Like, I do agree.
I do too, but
I agree with what everyone is saying.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely is like you probably have to get him out of the game, but like, man, you had 2 straight bullpen days, and Flaherty's pitching the next day. And guess what's coming after Flaherty? More bullpen days. Like,
here's an old man take if I've ever heard one.
Oh.
Bat flips are a middle finger. Take your 4-bagger with grace. Nolan Ryan would have pegged the next guy in the helmet after that. But in 2026, everybody's so soft.
Yeah, Pedro Martinez would have legit, like, not only threw at the guy, but he would have sprinted at him as he was throwing at the guy. Like, it's just a different style of baseball now.
And they weren't just like bat flips. I mean, they were tossing those things
did,
up
like,
in the air.
He threw, yeah, the two-handed. And Wilson Contreras is like, he is one of the more, you know, I don't even know how to describe him. He just is very an animated player. He always has been. And he obviously was the one that tossed it. He was the one that had the most issue with it, not Trevor Story, because he's always ready to go. He's just like one of those guys. And A.J. Hinch had to go calm him down himself. That was the funniest part about the whole thing is like Hinch and Contreras are face-to-face in the middle of it all.
I didn't have the audio on because I was listening to the Pistons game, and I was just like, is A.J. Hinch about to throw hands? And then I had to watch it back during the commercial.
You know, Hinch was about to throw hands at Framber Valdez.
989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We're live here on 100.9 The Mitt. 10 o'clock hour. I want to keep diving into the Framber Valdez situation. I want to give you more Game 1 reactions for the Detroit Pistons here on 100.9 The Mitt. Don't go anywhere. Our Big Win Wednesday giveaway coming up as well, thanks to our friends over at Garber Chevrolet and Curveball Collectibles.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9.
100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
I gave you my game one reactions. I don't think the Pistons need Duren to score. I think Asar is an all-world defender. Goes without saying. Tobias played his way into a new contract. Also, Danis Jenkins, maybe a future six-man. Seems like he's shaking off the funk from the first 6 games of the playoffs where he was miserable. You know what else I noticed yesterday? Once again, the crowd in LCA not living up to what it should be for a playoff game in round 2. So when we posted the video from when we were saying, here's the ways to fix the crowd because they were pretty poor, a lot of people just losing their minds on me. You never even been to a game. The crowds have been awesome. Here's the thing, man. I was at Game 7. Kyle was at Game 7.
You've never even been to a game.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Kyle and I were at Game 7. It was really fun. It was really good. Like a great atmosphere. Until you start comparing it to the other arenas' Game 7s. Yeah? So when you get into the second round, game 1, I'm sure if you were there, it was a really fun atmosphere. Until you start comparing it to every other arena's Game 7 or first game in the second round. San Antonio losing their minds. Every fan is decked out in the stripes for every section. You look at New York. Oh, my God.
Man, New York was crazy. That's a little
they
different, right?
I guess,
MSG
but let's
is
just
different.
compare them to all the other teams. These places need it. They want it. They don't want it. They need it. They need a win.
I mean, compared to the game that you turned on after the Pistons was over last night, Lakers Thunder. Like the Thunder are the reigning
fans are
the
losing
Thunder are the
their
reigning
minds.
champs. Like if anybody has a reason not to show up to the playoff games, it's them because it's like we don't care till we get to the finals. We're trying to win a back-to-back championship. That place is unbelievable, man.
And it's their only
loud.
It's their only team in OKC, but still, like, no excuses right now. The Pistons, they announced they're handing out the alternative shirts. They're trying to do the stripes in the crowd.
And it looked cool
Black,
pregame.
White, black,
It looked
white.
so cool.
Nobody put them on. Not a single person put them on.
And they weren't like it wasn't just like the plain shirts that were like Detroit Pistons. Like it was the all dog. It was like the shirts that they're trying to like do in the playoff,
With
like
the dog
this brand,
tags, the military dog tags.
A really cool shirt. Like I was jealous. I saw those shirts and I was like, man, we went to Game 7 and we got a towel. I want that shirt. Like why didn't we get those for Game 7?
Nobody put them on.
And that's
Not
why
a single person put them on. I think the crowd is extremely disappointing. And I saw some Cavs media people saying that have been at both games, man, this is a lot different than Toronto. Toronto had a better crowd than the Pistons have. That's what all the Cavs media was saying. Toronto was louder than LCA was last night. That was their first impression of the home crowd. Look, I'm not saying it was awful, but it is bad when you start comparing it to the other teams that are left in the playoffs. That's what I failed to mention in the video that we posted. I also failed to mention that I was there. Everybody calling out like I wasn't there.
You should
Come
actually
on,
go
man.
to a game. Yeah. Look, I do agree with you.
Row 7.
I do agree with you in the fact that like it still was awesome. Like Game 7 was the best. I didn't go to any Pistons-Knicks games last year, and I know that like you did, and you said that was probably cooler. But for me, that was the best in-game experience I've ever had for a basketball game.
Uh-huh.
Like I've never been to it was Game 7, like it was awesome. Maybe that was the reason why it was. But it was still, like you said, you turn on the TV and you see these other games and you're like, oh my God. It looks way cooler at all these other places. Like the fans are way more involved. It's louder. The pops are louder. The in between, like like when there's nothing going on. That's the part about LCA that I think is like the worst. Is when there's nothing going on, when there's no like big momentum play.
They just pump the defense.
Because anytime that like somebody gets a huge dunk or a three, of course the place is going to go crazy. Like that's every arena, and I think LCA does a fine job of that. It's when like there's been 2 or 3 possessions and nobody scoring, and they do the defense. The crowd is just quiet. It's just not that loud. And all these other arenas are loud from tip to finish.
And everybody wears the shirts.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 reasons that I've thought of that are potential reasons why the crowd's not as good. And number 1 is just basketball's this 4th sport. No matter what, even though the Red Wings have been out of the playoffs for a decade, it feels like the Red Wings, in terms of popularity, are just still ahead of the Pistons. The Tigers and Lions for sure are. That's maybe my only, like, that's one of my explanations is there's 4 teams and the Pistons just happen to be the team that people
Yeah,
care
but
about
Detroit
the
is
least.
like an amazing sports city. Like it's fans, Like I get that. That is probably a true point. But the sports fans of Detroit are like, they're top of the top. They're Philly. They're New York. Like they're with them.
I also think the arena itself is very poorly constructed for the fans, for a playoff game to be like, in terms of enjoyability of your experience. I think LCA is a great arena. The concourse is wide open. There's food options anywhere. If you are lucky
Bathrooms
enough,
everywhere.
Bathrooms everywhere. If you're lucky enough to be sitting, like basically in the section you see on TV, you get access to underneath unlimited food, buffets, drinks, desserts. You get all that stuff, and all you have to do is walk through the tunnel, and you're just boom, you're there already. And I think similar to the home plate club, once you walk in there and you're being treated like a superstar, it's like, I don't know if I want to go back to my seat right now. Tell me I can just have unlimited any food I can think of is down here, and it's nice food, and it's all free, included with my ticket. Yeah, people are going to go down there and watch the game from down there. People are going to be way more inclined to go down and get some food in the middle of the game. And behind the baskets, man, whoever's sitting there in those like VIP sections, kudos to you. Those are awesome seats. You get a waiter.
Curado Club or whatever.
Yeah, you get a waitress or a waiter. You get people serving you. I'm sure it's an awesome experience. Guess what it doesn't make for? Guess what? A great crowd.
People directly behind the hoop, crazy fans. Yeah, it doesn't create for that. Yeah.
That's part of the reason I think LCA is lacking too. As great of a stadium it is for like media, for a regular season game, to enjoy it. It's amazing. For a playoff crowd, the stuff starts to work against you a little bit. I also wonder if out in, Auburn Hills, people just cared a little bit more.
Really? No, we're not doing that, are we? I mean, just think about last year though. Like Pistons-Knicks series, it's almost like a blessing and a curse, right? For the first playoff series for the Pistons, and it was 6 years at that point, it being against the New York Knicks in round one.
Yeah.
Like this sounds super dumb, man, and I said it to you guys yesterday, but like I do believe it. Like when Timothy Chalamet and Ben Stiller are sitting behind the Knicks bench in LCA, it's just a little bit different.
That's 100% true as well.
It's different, man. When there is that level of celebrity in the building, it just adds something to it. And it's the Knicks of all teams. Everybody hates the Knicks.
I agree with you
Do people hate
there.
the Cavs and the Magic? Not as much as the Knicks,
No, but it's still not an excuse to be like the worst atmosphere of all the teams that are left. And to my Auburn Hills point, to the Palace point, it's like, okay, if you're from Detroit and you're loaded and you've got a ton of money, oh, the Pistons are playing a playoff game tonight? I haven't been to a game all year, but sure, sounds like something fun tonight. Sure, let's go. I've got enough money to do it. And by the way, those ticket prices are so outrageous that it's like, that's starting to happen. They're starting to get lined a little bit.
John said that in YouTube chat too. The true fans are priced out. I mean, I felt like the prices weren't that bad to get in last night.
No,
you could have got in pretty cheap last night.
Relatively, yeah.
For a playoff game? I thought it was fine.
Either way, if you're living downtown Detroit and you're loaded and it's something fun to do, you're going to go do it because it's a quick drive away. If you've got to drive a half hour, 45 minutes to Auburn Hills, guess what? Only the true basketball fans are pulling up there. Like the die-hard Pistons fans are going to make their way to Auburn Hills to do that game. You're not just driving by Auburn Hills. You're not, oh, you know what? Last second, let's go to the game. You have an actual plan. No, we're driving all the way to Auburn Hills to go to war with whoever the Pistons are playing. I think the arena and the location has actually hurt the Pistons way more than we could have ever anticipated when they announced they were moving back to Detroit, because I thought it was a good thing. But honestly, out in Auburn Hills, I think there was a real animosity, diehard Pistons crowd that used to show up day in and day out.
That's fair. I haven't really thought of that. I still would rather just take the fact that all four teams are right there. I think that's a really cool thing.
I do too.
That a lot of other cities don't offer.
But it sucks that you have to pick one or the other. Because I don't think this would be happening if they were in Auburn Hills. And I don't know if it's the way that the arena was set up, the location, the fact that you had to drive away from the city. Like if you live downtown Detroit, you're not just going out of your way to go to 45 minutes away to Auburn Hills, unless you're a diehard fan.
It's not like all the people that go to the Pistons games are only in downtown Detroit. No,
but there's a good amount that probably just, hey, let's go to the game tonight. It's right in town. Who don't actually care. The only way you're going from downtown Detroit to Auburn Hills is if you're a diehard fan.
And you could say the same more about the Knicks games, and yet they're crazy in there. Like, the amount of celebrities that go pull up to the Knicks games, or just rich people that pull up there that just don't really care. Let's go to the Knicks game, playoff game. Let's do it. That place is
pack
crazy.
People down there like sardines, though. It's like the opposite of how the behind the basket is set up in LCA. There are so many people. There's so many floor seats for MSG.
Pizza Man says, we won. I don't give a bleep about the crowd.
Okay, fair enough. I have no rebuttal.
You know what? That's fair. We won. The Pistons won again.
Yeah, I guess that's where we'll leave that. You're right, Pizza Man. I'll stop complaining. We won. 989-837-6125. I'll be honest, I don't really know anything about technology. That's why I trust Link Technologies in Midland. They handle all the complicated stuff like IT support, cybersecurity, cloud solutions, networking, so you don't have to stress about it. Whatever your business needs, their team knows exactly what to do. They make it easy for you to understand along the way. Link Technology, the experts who do your business, keep your business running smooth so you can focus on what you do best. Here we go. 10 o'clock hour, 10:15, we're going to be doing our Hobby Box baseball card box giveaway. Thanks to Curveball Collectibles and Big Win Wednesday, always presented by Garber Chevrolet. We'll announce the keyword to text into and select a winner in our next segment, so stay tuned here on The Ben Bosscher Show.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The... Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, without further ado, it is time to give away a hobby box from Curveball Collectibles. Big Win Wednesday, as always, is presented by our friends over at Garber Chevrolet. Today, the word you got to text in is cards. Text cards to 989-837-6125 for a chance to win the hobby box that has, what's the math here? 20 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. That's a lot.
You got it? No, you got this?
320?
That'd be 160.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. 160 cards for whoever wins this. Just text in cards to 989-837-6125. This is from Curveball Collectibles. So Kyle and I are going to open up a few. Kyle and I have the goal of putting together the best, actual roster. And we're not stealing cards from the actual winner. This is a separate box that we get to open live on the air. Oh, look at this. First pull.
What?
Gleyber Torres.
Oh, I wish he was healthy, man.
Gleyber
We need
Torres.
an update on him.
Jared Jones, the pitcher. Jesus Sanchez. Ryan O'Hearn. Jorge Soler. Bubba Chandler. Pretty cool.
Hey, Bubba Chandler's not bad.
Noah Cameron.
I'm just happy you said Jorge Soler's name right this time.
And Bradley Balak. I don't know if I got any multiple-time All-Stars.
You got Gleyber Torres though.
Oh, the Noah Cameron one is a Topps All-Star rookie.
Oh, okay.
Nice. All right, your turn.
All right, my turn. So we're going to try to build a lineup here. Hopefully I get at least some good players in my lineup. Dalton Varsho of the Blue Jays. Ke'Bryan Hayes, the Reds. He's pretty bad now. Brandon Nimmo, meh. Hey, we got Emmett Sheehan of the Dodgers. Nice, that's cool. Mason Wynn of the Cardinals. Stephen Kwan. Ooh, okay, Stephen Kwan.
That's a good one, man.
Oh, I just pulled a crazy card, actually. I just got an Andy Pages Dodgers one, former Loon, by the way, and it's purple and shiny. This card is actually sweet.
We're so out of our expertise. It's purple and shiny.
This card is awesome, and it's Andy Pages. This is actually really cool for the studio. Former Loon, of course.
Could be worth $1,000. Who knows?
Who knows? And then I got Jose Altuve, who probably makes my lineup for sure.
You see the strikeout he had last night?
On Ohtani?
Yeah, it was the most hobby-biased strikeout I've ever seen.
It was really bad.
Ohtani just can't miss. I think I'm about to pull an Ohtani, honestly.
If anyone in the YouTube chat knows anything about cards, let me know if that Andy Pages one is pretty cool or not, because it was all purple and shiny.
I got a strikeouts leader card with Garrett Crochet and Logan Webb on it.
Oh, but not Scooble? Come on.
Not Scooble. Luis Garcia Jr., another second baseman. Lennon Losa. Lennon?
Couldn't tell you.
Sosa. Aaron Judge. There we go.
Ooh.
That might just give me the win. Sal Stewart. Cedric
Sal
Mullins.
Stewart's off to a really good start this year, too.
This one's shiny. Casey Schmidt for the Giants.
Okay.
And Spencer Horwitz.
That's not bad. Sal Stewart, pretty good one to get in there, too, with Aaron Judge. Okay, I got Luke Keeschel of the Twins, and Hunter Green is a pretty good starting pitcher. He might end up being my starting pitcher. Jeff McNeil of the Mets, even though he's not on them anymore. Michael A. Taylor. Ooh, Giancarlo Stanton as my DH. That's not bad. Chris Sale, another solid pitcher. Okay, I'll keep that. I pull a rookie card that's got 4 rookies on it, and none of them are that good. And then, I just got a banger card. Tarek Skubal, AL All-Star card. There's my starting pitcher right there. It's not like a special card.
Scoobs?
Yeah, it's a Skubal card. It's not like shiny or anything, but it is an AL All-Star card. That's for sure my starting pitcher.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I can pull an ace at some point, because I feel like I'm not allowed to use the Crochet Webb combo.
I might allow it. Gary, any Alex Cobb cards in there? No, I don't
know
think
if they make those.
I don't think they would give us that.
We're sending it back if we do. If we pull an Alex Cobb card. You guys can get your own of these if you don't win at Curveball Collectibles. But again, I think that we'll...
you could just win, too, yeah.
You'll win, and I think we'll be doing this a little bit more. Christian Yelich. Yelich, yes. Yelich. Oh, here we
Former
go.
MVP.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Ooh, that's a
record
fun
breaker
one.
card.
Let me see it. Record breaker for running fast or throwing it hard, probably.
First player in MLB history with 515 extra base hits and 115 extra base hits and 115 stolen bases in his first 300 games.
All right.
I can play him. I don't have a shortstop yet. Got Jack Flaherty as a Tiger.
Hey, on the mound tonight. Okay.
Jesus Luzardo, Joe Adell, Gavin Sheets, and good old Nick Castellanos.
Ooh. Nick Castellanos Padres card? Like, how updated are these?
Phillies.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I just got a Nick Kurtz card. That's probably my first baseman, no doubt about it. I think my lineup's kind of killing yours right now, low-key.
Yeah,
Jackson Jobe. Hey, I'm getting a good amount of Tigers in here. So are you. Jackson Jobe with guess what jersey on, by the way?
Whitecaps.
No, the Motor City, your favorite jerseys.
So gross.
Yeah. Clayton Kershaw. Okay, this is just a regular Clayton Kershaw, so nothing like too crazy, but another cool one for the studio. Another former Loon. Randy Arozarena, not bad. Ozzy Albies. Ooh, I just got a different Kerry Carpenter card, and it looks different, too. It's green. And I'm getting a lot of Tigers one. I'm definitely going to keep
I'm not getting
Kerry
any
Carpenter.
of the colored ones. What the hell?
And then guess what pitcher I just got? I just got the two best pitchers in the game. Paul Skeens, baby. Paul Skeens card.
Oh, man.
NL All-Stars. So I got the AL
What the
All-Star
hell?
Scuba card and the Paul Skeens NL All-Star card.
This isn't fair.
My rotation is crushing yours.
Yeah, I know. I have Noah Cameron as my ace. All right.
I'll let you keep the Crochet and Logan Webb one.
This feels like cheating. My last set. I'm going to need it. A miracle set. Corey Seager. But I already have Ellie De La Cruz.
We're getting a lot of former Loons, by the way.
Edgar Quiro. This is my first catcher.
Oh, you do need... I don't even know if I have a catcher, actually.
I think I just automatically win if that's the case.
Okay, I see another purple shiny card in my last pack, by the way.
Man, why am I not getting any of these? I got Kyle Freeland. Kyle Schwarber.
Okay, there you go. There's your DH.
Colin Cowser. I got the rookies. Probably the same one you got.
Yeah,
Jimmy
bunch
Crooks,
of randos.
Will Banfield, and JJ Bleday. I don't like. I think you're gonna win.
That's it? That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Wow. Okay, my last set. Alec Boehm, who is suing his own parents. I just got the home run leaders Cal Raleigh Kyle Schwarber card. Am I allowed to keep this one? It's a double up. I mean, if I don't have a catcher, I feel like I have to use it. Luis Severino, I got a Logan Webb, I got a Zach Gallen, and my shiny card is a Dylan Cease Blue Jays, who's off to a really good start this year. So, I mean, my three-headed monster of pitchers is pretty unbelievable right now. That wraps up mine.
I think you won.
I think I totally win, yeah.
I didn't know you could win or lose at this, but it sounds like you have
But
for sure won.
Skeens and Scooble is already just like who on your team is getting a hit against those guys.
Aaron Judge,
Yeah.
unless it's the playoffs.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is a pretty good one to get. Nobody got Ohtani.
Yelich. I got Yelich. I got Ellie De La Cruz, Schwarber, Judge, Mullins, and Yelich. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Ryan O'Hearn and Gleyber Torres. It's not bad.
Altuve, Steven Kwan, Giancarlo Stanton, Nick Kurtz, Kerry Carpenter. Those are mainly my best hitters. My hitters are probably not as strong as yours, but having Skeens, Scooble, Dylan Cease, and I have Andy Paez, by the way, as one of my hitters. This Andy Paez one, man, this is a really cool card. I got to show this one to you during the break.
Well, we'll see how much it's worth when we come back. We'll also have our winner picked out when we come back. Stay tuned. If we select you as our winner, we're going to send you a text, so be on the lookout for one of those. Got to confirm that you can come pick these up. So be on the lookout. Again, you got like 10 more seconds to text in cards to 989-837-6125. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt. on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, we have reached out to our winner, so as soon as we get confirmation from him, we will let you know who that is. Until then, let's take a trip. Oh, by the way, one more time. Big Win Wednesday possible, as always, due to our friends at Garber Chevrolet. If you're looking for a new car, I can tell you from firsthand experience, Garber Chevrolet in Midland makes it easy. Bought my car there last summer. Whole process was smooth. No stress, just straightforward. Whether it's a new car, used vehicle, the team knows their stuff and treats you right. Garber Chevrolet, a place you can actually trust to purchase you a new ride. Thank you to Curveball Collectibles in Saginaw as well for giving us the cards to open and to give away. There we go. Hopefully we hear from our winner soon.
Yeah, and I won the card pulling competition.
And Kyle won the card pulling competition. We did get confirmation, so congratulations to Zach. Zach is our winner today.
Good job, Zach.
Let's celebrate by taking a trip around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
Here's what I want to do, Mr. Sandel. There have been 37 instances of receivers with multiple 100-yard reception seasons. Can we name them all?
All of them.
All of them.
37.
It's a quiz. It's an online quiz.
Okay.
You ready? We get hints, though, for each one. 6 times, Pittsburgh, 84. That would be none other than
There's
Antonio
only a 5-minute timer on this?
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, Antonio Brown.
Denver, Chicago, Jets.
Look, Denver, Chicago, Jets to me is Brandon Marshall. When I see those,
Yeah.
when I see that combination of teams.
Yep, got it. Brandon Marshall.
Also was on the Dolphins.
Vegas, Green Bay, New York. That's Devontae Adams.
Correct.
Buffalo, Minnesota, Houston. That's Stephon Diggs.
Who is also in the news today.
Found innocent, right?
Correct.
Number 13 for LA. That is Keenan Allen.
Yep.
It's going to work. Allen.
Okay, is this wide
83 in New
receivers
England?
or is this just everybody? Because
I don't know.
Gronk was 87, right? It's not Gronk.
Isn't it Wes Welker?
Is it Wes Welker? Yeah, I think 83 sounds right.
Yeah,
Yes,
Welker.
It is Wes Welker.
Houston, where's number 80?
Hopkins.
He didn't wear 80.
He didn't wear number 80? Oh, no, this is Andre Johnson, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Arizona wears 11.
Oh,
That's Larry,
I wonder
right?
who that is.
It's
Yes.
Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald.
And St. Brown is already on this list, huh? Number 4 times, number 14 for Detroit.
St. Brown. Why is this not working? There, St. Brown.
4 years of 100 catches already. Wow.
Incredible. Houston and Arizona. That's DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
Indiana, number 7. Is that T.Y. Hilton?
87?
87?
No. This is like Reggie Wayne, right? Yeah, it's Reggie Wayne.
Okay. Indiana, 88.
T.Y. Hilton. That'd be crazy. Indiana, number 88. This is probably Marvin Harrison, right?
Yeah. Yep. San Francisco, number 80. Rice? No. No, because he played with more teams.
No, it's just Jerry Rice.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Well,
Jerry
maybe he
Rice.
just didn't get 100 catches with the Raiders.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Cincinnati.
23. Must be a typo here. 3 times number 1. That's Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Anybody with a single-digit number is a newer guy.
Dallas, 88. That's CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Kansas City, Miami, that's Hill, Tyreek Hill. Oh, my God, we're running out of time.
I know.
Minnesota, 18, that's Jefferson. Kansas City, 87, that's Travis Kelce.
Also, there is tight ends on here.
Car-
and there's running backs.
Carolina, 22.
It's Christian McCaffrey.
Is it?
Yeah, he's number 1, number 22. It has to be him.
How do you spell McCaffrey?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, it's McCaffrey. All right, we got 2 minutes. Oh, man, this is fast.
I know.
New Orleans, number 13, that's Michael Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Slant Boy, the OG.
I just knocked out 2 of them because we got Demaryius Thomas as well.
Rest in peace.
Atlanta, number 11, that's Jones.
Julio Jones, yep.
Megatron. I just typed in Megatron.
He didn't wear number 84.
Oh, yeah, duh. Wait, why is he
Lions
not
number
on this?
84.
He didn't have 100.
Catches twice. I guess not.
Is it Herman Moore?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Arizona 85 did it twice. Ooh. Seattle 11. That's not JSN, is it?
It might. No. No, there's no way it is. He didn't do it twice yet. Oh, it is him. Wow, he did it twice already? That's crazy. It is him.
How do you spell that?
NJIGBA.
N
Who's number 85 for Arizona?
BA?
Yes.
Bob? No.
NJIGBA.
Not working.
You need to do the Smith part ahead of it, too.
Oh. There. Rams 12. Is that McConkey?
No. Is it?
I don't know.
No. Oh, wait. Rams. Yeah, Rams 12. It's Nakua.
Duh. Yeah. Nakua. Minnesota, Carolina 19. Man, Thielen's done it twice. Thielen. There it is. Miami 14. That's Waddle. Nope, it's not.
Man, this is hard. We're starting to get to the times where it's like only guys have done it once or twice, and it's... We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
Arizona 85 did it twice.
Arizona 85 is the one that's stumping me.
Is it
Oh,
Gonzalez?
it's McBride. McBride is number 85.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Trey McBride.
Who's Miami then?
Miami number...
How is this not just Waddle?
Waddle's not number 14. Number 14 for Miami. Obviously, we already did Tyreek Hill. It's not him. It doesn't wear 14.
I also don't know who Minnesota 84 is.
I knocked out...
is it Moss?
That's Randy Moss.
Yeah,
I knocked out Randy Moss. Ooh, Jarvis Landry, Nate is telling us. Yes, it was Jarvis Landry. Thank you, Nate.
And
then my time just ran out.
So did mine.
Okay, so the ones we're missing...
Yeah, I want to do another one, though. We got like 5 minutes left.
A little bit too much time. We were missing Jarvis Landry, Julian Edelman, Roddy White for Atlanta. I didn't really even get a chance to look at these ones. Anquan Bolden, a Lion, but of the Cardinals. Torrey Holt of the Rams. Chris Carter of the Minnesota Vikings. And Sterling Sharp for Green Bay.
All right, I found another one because I went way too fast.
Okay.
Just go to top, go to quizzes, go to NFL receiving leaders by season. I think it's for every Super Bowl team.
Can you name the receiving leader? Yeah, I think we're on the same ones. It's 6 minutes.
Yeah, I just started it. So Smith, I think it's the receiving leaders for every
Super Bowl team.
Yeah, and I once again can't smell Smith. There it is. Cincinnati. Wait, no, it can't be every Super Bowl team because
I think it's just in the Super Bowl era, the receiving leader of every year.
So Jamar Chase was 2024. The receiving leader in 23 was Tyreek Hill. The receiving leader in 2022 was Jefferson. The receiving leader in 2021 was Adams. Nakua?
Cooper Kupp, man.
Cooper Kupp, duh. Buffalo. Stephon Diggs led the league in receptions. Didn't know that. Or in receiving yards. Didn't know that. Is it not? Yeah, it is Diggs. 2019, it was Michael Thomas.
Yep. Julio Jones.
Jones was 2018.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown was 2017.
Here's where your boy T.Y. Hilton comes into play.
Yeah.
Led the league in receiving. That's crazy.
Then it's Julio Jones and Antonio Brown again.
Ooh, you know who 2013 is? Cleveland Browns?
No.
Josh Gordon.
Yep. Marijuana.
Shout out to Josh Gordon, man. He was done wrong.
Then it's Calvin Johnson.
For back-to-back seasons, yes.
Denver, is that Thomas?
I don't believe so. I think that's a little early for Thomas. This would be 2010 Denver.
It's not Demaryius Thomas?
No, he didn't wear number 84. 2010 Denver, number 84. Why am I blanking here?
I don't know.
I got to move on. We don't have time.
Houston in 2009 and 2010, back-to-back years. This is
Andre Johnson.
Yep.
Got a bunch of Johnsons here.
So many Madden cards from him. Yeah, Chad Johnson we just got from 2006. Indiana, 2007.
Indianapolis, that would be Reggie Wayne or Marvin Harrison.
It's Reggie Wayne.
Probably Wayne, and then Harrison is the other Indianapolis ones.
So we got Steve Smith from 2005, but then there was a different Carolina Panther to lead the league in receiving in 2004.
Oh, really? Not Steve Smith, back-to-back seasons. Okay.
That's interesting.
Ooh, man. 2004 Panther. I'll knock Torrey Holt out here for the St. Louis Rams in 03.
Okay. Yep, got that one. And that was 2000 as well. So nice.
Nice.
No Fitzgerald?
I'm just going to type in Jerry Rice because there's going to be so many seasons of him.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be moving to get all of them.
I know.
This
It's
is
just
crazy.
unreal, man.
I'm going to go with Herman Moore. Yeah. Oh, no, Rob Moore. 97 got it. Picked up a free one.
Nice. I see the Cowboys in 91, number 88. That'd be Michael Irvin. I'm just kind of jumping all over the place here.
I'm kind of stuck on the 2004.
I mean, obviously, I'm aging myself here. I'm not great with these 80s ones, that's for sure. So I need to... Okay, I'm going to get 2010 Denver. No one in our YouTube chat has given it to us yet, so...
2010 Denver.
2010 Denver, number 84, who had 1,400 receiving yards, which is low, by the way. Leading the league with 1,400? That's really low. Oh, it's probably Brandon Marshall.
Oh.
No, it's not Brandon Marshall. Oh, I really thought it would be.
I'm drawing huge blanks right now.
So am I.
It's 10:40. We can stop. I want to see the answers.
Okay. Brandon Lloyd.
I would not have gotten that.
Brandon Lloyd led the NFL in receiving yards?
It's got to be the most random person on this list.
Oh, man, that's ridiculous. Gary says Shannon Sharp. Nah, not in 2010. I don't think so. Brandon Lloyd, I just really am curious now. I just want to check. A one-time Pro Bowler. Good for him. Nate asking, what is this app? He wants to do it after the show. Well, thank you for watching the show.
Yardbarker?
Yardbarker.com. Oh, and Boomer in the YouTube chat hit us with the Brandon Lloyd. Not enough time.
Good pull.
It's a really good pull.
I think Boomer might have just heard us say it and then typed it out.
Yeah,
though.
come on,
Boomer. We know what tricks you're playing. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We're live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Tell you what, after the show, I'm headed to the Greater Midland Community Center, your hub for health, wellness, and fun right here in the heart of Midland. From fitness classes, open gym, swimming, youth sports, family activities, there's something for everyone. Affordable memberships, expert staff, and a welcoming space for all ages and abilities. If you're hosting an event, ask about their rental spaces and full-service event support. Stay active, stay connected, all under one roof at the Greater Midland Community Center. Learn more or sign up today at greatermidland.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mix. By Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
I saw an insane stat yesterday about James Harden after the game. Care to listen?
Sure.
This is from Nick Wright. After the Pistons beat the Cavs last night, it was James Harden's 181st playoff game. So he's played an extra 2 seasons and 20 games in the playoffs. Very impressive. They said on the broadcast, he's one of 3 players to make the playoffs each of the first 17 years of his career. Very impressive stuff. It was Stockton, and then I can't recall who the other person was. 181st playoff game. It was also his 45th playoff game in where he's had as many or more turnovers than field goals made, which is exactly 25% of his career playoff games. 25% of his career playoff games, he has more turnovers or just as many turnovers as he does field goals. I have a feeling the Pistons are going to bump that percentage up a little bit because I think there's going to be more games in which he has more turnovers than field goals based on Asar Thompson, a.k.a. Dennis Rodman, reborn, guarding him. Because they did exactly what anyone would have predicted. He starts on Mitchell, and then whenever it's just Harden out there, he's guarding James Harden.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, Mitchell was just trying to get switches off of Thompson anyways, which he did pretty successfully, I feel like. Pistons like to switch everything defensively. But, yeah, that stat is unreal. I mean,
for one of the greatest players ever.
One of the better players of our generation, like truly. I know a lot of people like to hate on James Harden, but he's an MVP. Like, he is one of the better players of our time. And makes the playoffs every year. He's kind of an Iron Man, too. Like, always plays a ton of games, doesn't get injured, and yet...
just decides to get fat overnight and then demand trades.
Obviously, the stretch of him in Houston where he was having 60-point games he averaged 45 points per game over an entire month or something.
A 60-point triple-double.
Yeah, that stretch of Harden is awesome. And the fact that that was almost 10 years ago at this point, and he's still... they traded Darius Garland straight up for him. He's still a good player, no doubt.
I had a buddy text me yesterday and just said, wait, James Harden plays for Cleveland? Yes, he does.
Not paying attention then. Yeah.
No, clearly not.
But the fact that, in the playoffs every year, except for the 1 year in Houston where they almost beat the 73 win, there was not that year, a couple years after that, the KD Warriors, where the Rockets almost beat them. Outside of that, he's just so bad in the playoffs, man. He's so bad. How do you have more turnovers and field goals? And he, like you said, he did it again last night. He was at one point in this game before the fourth quarter, mainly the entire first half. I was almost like, if I was a neutral fan, if I was a Cavs fan, I would have been like, dude, take Harden out of the game. Take him out of the game. He is playing terrible right now on both ends. And yet in the fourth quarter, he was the reason why Cleveland came back into this one, because Donovan Mitchell in the second half just didn't have it. He was awesome in the first half, could not score the basketball in the second half, and fourth quarter, James Harden just was getting every floater he wanted, finally started to make his shots, got to the free throw line a ton, doesn't miss his free throws, but that's just a crazy stat, man.
I also saw Donovan Mitchell after the game was complaining about not being able to get to the line because he doesn't flop. I don't know if he's implying that the Pistons flop, which they just don't.
I don't think he was, but...
Man, that's your style of play. How many times yesterday did Donovan Mitchell go for a floater rather than going up off of two and trying to fight through contact? I don't know, 5?
Yeah, like every time?
Every time he's driving to the rim and he sees Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart down there, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna float this up. And sometimes he makes him. But like, dude, you're not gonna get to the free throw line if every single time you drive to the basket, you're gonna stop a couple feet early and put up a floater. Of course you're not going to get to the free throw line.
Well, I remember that when the Cavs traded for James Harden, like when they had talked about the trade, one of the main reasons why they said they did was because they're one of the better teams in the league, and yet they don't get to the line. Like, you can't not shoot free throws if you're a good team. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a main source of points, and the Pistons have addressed that, and they've gotten better at it. Cade Cunningham gets to the line a lot more. But the reason they traded for Harden was because their real star player, Donovan Mitchell, doesn't get to the free throw line. He shot a career-high free throw attempts this year, 6.1 per game.
That was a career high?
That's a career high for him. Ugh. Like, he just is a guy that has never gotten to the free throw line. I wrote this stuff down because I had it in the news. He only shot 16 free throws in round 1 versus Toronto. That went 7 games. That's just over 2 free throw attempts per game in a playoff series. And he shot 2 last night as your best player. Like, it's just his style. He just doesn't get to the line. So the whole, like, I don't flop thing. I like Donovan Mitchell, and I don't think he was doing this as a dig at the Pistons. I certainly hope not, because I do like him. That's just not the style of player he is.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and I've always been a Mitchell fan.
Yeah, I like him too. He's a pretty even keel guy.
That is one area where Cade probably deserves a ton of credit for gaining some strength, because you remember when he was in his like second and third season. I guess he didn't really play his second season, but when he was a rookie and he was, just a skinny little 19-year-old kid, even in his third season, he would always try to finish around contact, and there was a reason he never got to the line. And now he just goes through it. Now he's strong enough to be like, yeah, you're not ripping this ball from me, and I'm just going through you. And a lot of times he finishes those and ones. He got to the line 11 times last night.
Yeah.
If I would have told you 2 years ago, it's like, yeah, Cade's actually going to be a high free throw volume guy, I'd be like, no way. No way. And that's one of the areas in his game in which he's improved on the most.
Because even like this season, he still only shot 6 free throws a game.
Cade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, he's averaging almost 11 free throw attempts per game.
Well, he's just been more aggressive scoring in general in the playoffs.
Whereas a guy like Donovan Mitchell came into the league as a 5 to 6 free throw attempts guy, has not changed. It's been the same his entire career, and it's the same in the playoffs. And like Cade, year by year, that was a big concern of ours the first couple seasons, like you're saying. He just shot like 2 or 3 free throws a game. I mean, it's
not good enough.
For your star guard who goes to the rack a lot, like that, he has to get to line more, and he's improved on that year by year.
He's hit the weight room. I can't believe some of the pictures from Cade when he was a rookie. He was so little. Like, he's the same height, but man, he is just jacked now. I was thinking about this last night, and I think I'm going to be thinking about this tonight too, when it's like Wemby and Anthony Edwards is the two faces of the league. It's like Cade is not always the most flashy person. And I think I've just accepted Cade is never going to be the face of the league. Cade doesn't have this big, giant personality. It's not like he's, like Anthony Edwards is charismatic, man, in a good way. He's arrogant in a good way, to where the NBA can market this guy. Oh, he's a trash talker. He's this, he's that. He's got the stardom to him. And I don't know what it is, but Cade is missing something with that. Maybe it's just that doesn't happen if you have a Pistons jersey on. I'm not all that convinced that that's not true. But, man, you know what he does? He shows up night in, night out, makes the right play, controls the game, and plays defense. And I feel like the real ballers are starting to really appreciate how good this kid is at not taking care of the basketball. It's still one of his flaws. But just like taking care of the game, controlling the game. And then you get through a playoff series, and it's like, Okay, who is the best Instagram highlights? Well, it's Wemby, it's Anthony Edwards. With Cade, maybe it's not the coolest Instagram highlight reel, but it's time and time again making the right play over and over and over again. That's the part I'm loving about Cade Cunningham.
And the
that
defense.
and the defense, yeah. Oh my God,
just his ability
is so good.
His ability to square up, like his on-ball defense is just it's become so good.
Harden couldn't do anything last night when Cade was in front of him. He stayed out
Turned
of
the
foul
ball over
trouble,
a couple times, yeah.
Turned the ball over, and Cade just walls up, and it's like, good luck scoring on me, man. I'm 6'6" and move my feet pretty well. I'm not asking him to be a Sar Thompson. They've got guys like that. But, man, his ability to switch out onto all-star guards and them not be able to really score on them or take advantage, it's huge. Just like him, he's huge. And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that, for how great of a scorer he is, which, by the way, he's now leading the NBA in scoring in the playoffs in points per game and totals, which I guess makes sense because he played a Game 7. But like, it's not just the scoring. It's like, hey, man, I can score pretty at will because anyone you throw at me is usually too small to be guarding me. And then if you want to throw your wing at me, guess what? Tobias Harris now has a mismatch. That's what Cade's been able to take advantage of so far in the playoffs. Everyone else's size.
Well, that's what we saw last night, right? Like, I thought Dean Wade actually did a pretty good job defending Cade, like better than I expected him to. But it took
picking him up 94 feet.
And it took, but that Wade's ability, okay, now he can't guard Tobias. And now that means Asar Thompson's going to be able to float around as much as he wants because Mobley's on him. Like, they did a really good job of taking advantage of that.
Yeah, I am curious to see what happens more if Jared Allen doesn't get into foul trouble, because that totally shifted the game in favor of the Pistons.
100%.
Stay out of foul trouble. Like, I don't feel bad for the Cavs. I guess I'm curious as to what happens tomorrow if he is to stay out of foul trouble. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We've got the 10 o'clock hour wrapping up. We've got the 11 o'clock hour presented by Yater Insurance on the way. Stick with us here on 100.9 The Mitt. 11 o'clock hour. Got a lot of good stuff, including one Cav everyone hates.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning, Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
Nine 837-6125. So back to the game from last night, the Pistons versus the Cavs. Are you aware of how much the Cavs fans hate Evan Mobley right now? Like, do you remember how much the Pistons fans were frustrated with Jalen Duren in games 1 through 5 of Orlando?
Most of the games, yeah.
Jalen Duren is now doing that to an opposing team. They're turning on Evan Mobley because of Jalen Duren's dominance last night on the glass and his defensive effort, which I thought was really underrated part of his game. He only scores 12 points. 6 of those came in the final 5 minutes of the game, but he was a plus 17. That was the highest on the team. He had 7 offensive rebounds. He hit his free throws, 4 assists. And he dominated. He had 2 blocks, but how many shots did he impact just from going straight up, not fouling, which was always Jalen Duren's in the first round. It's like, man, can you not hack the guys coming at you? He was going straight up, jumping straight up and down vertically. And Evan Mobley just refused to go at him. Evan Mobley shot the ball for the Cavs 11 times in total. 5 of those attempts were from 3. Their center had 6 attempts from inside the line. So congratulations to Jalen Duren. You may not be scoring, and you're probably losing out on a max contract, but all the conversations that the Pistons fans had about you are forcing the Cavs fans to have about Evan Mobley, who is a big-time contract guy already. He's winning that matchup, and he's having the Cavs fans turn on Evan Mobley through 1 game of the first round. So I think Jalen Duren deserves a ton of kudos, even though his scoring wasn't coming at a premium yesterday.
Yeah, and I felt like Mobley, at least early in the game, I was like, okay, Mobley's coming to play. He hit a couple threes when the Cavs could not make anything. He had a nice block on Jalen Duren early in the game. It was like, okay, here's Mobley. But down the stretch of the game, absolutely what won the Pistons the game. And it wasn't just something that happened down the stretch. It happened most of the game, but it was the rebounding. Duren was just, and it's exactly what we talked about. This is the reason the Cavs have not gone far in the playoffs with this core of guys. It's not because Donovan Mitchell is this notorious can't get out of the second round guy. He is a notorious can't get out of the second round guy, but it's not like he stinks. James Harden is new to this team, so you can't blame him for the past. Their bigs they always get out hustled, out bodied, out physicaled, whatever you want to say. There's always a big man on the opposing team in these second round matchups for Cleveland that outplays them. And hopefully, and so far, it's Duren right now for Detroit.
Yeah, they out-rebounded them 45-41. They had 16 offensive rebounds compared to the Cleveland's 11. Evan Mobley, a minus 18, was the lowest on the Cavaliers yesterday. When he was out there, it was bad. It was ugly. They were better off when he was on the bench.
And I think Jared Allen getting in foul trouble certainly plays into that.
No doubt.
Ideally, Cleveland is playing with both of their bigs. Mobley as a true 5, he's never been the rebounder that's a reason why they've kept Jared Allen around. The longest time, everyone's like, why don't they just get Mobley to the 5, get better spacing, get a guy who can stretch the floor as the 4.
Doesn't rebound.
It's because Mobley can't really play the 5. He's not a good rebounder. He's not big enough. He's tall and lengthy, and he's a great help side defender, no doubt about that. But as a rebounder, he can't be the true big. And so I was very happy that the Pistons took full advantage of that. It was something that we had hoped. Jalen Duren felt like the big swing in this series because he has to come to play. If it's the Orlando Magic series, Jalen Duren, he might just match the softness of Evan Mobley. But there was something different about Duren, and I think that started with Game 7, but he absolutely carried that over into last night's game.
I couldn't believe down the stretch how good not just Duren was and not just how good Cade was, but it felt like for the first time in the playoffs, the last 3 minutes of yesterday, they were in sync. It was like, yeah, the duo of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren is a thing again, which it wasn't a thing for the first 6.5 games of the playoffs. Last night was the first time I felt like, okay, Cade Duren, that feels like a duo again. And if that's going to feel like a duo, they don't really need Duren to score 20 points again. They just need him to be in the right spot at the right time throughout the game.
Yeah, they didn't need Duren to score last night really at all. Obviously, he gets those 3 straight dunks, which was awesome.
It's the timeliness of his scoring.
Yeah, 100%. But like even before that, we talked about this. Like I wasn't feeling like, oh man, Duren's 1 for 7. He's playing bad. It didn't feel that way. It felt like he was playing pretty good. And it just so happened that his shot wasn't falling. He wasn't hunting for his shot, but he wasn't forcing anything either. He was good from the start of the game till the end with the rebounding, and that's exactly what they want him to do. Yeah, the contract thing might be affected by that, sure, but I don't care. And I don't know if anybody right now cares, because the only thing they should be caring about is continuing to win playoff games, and Duren is going to help them out with that if he continues to play the way he is.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly, let's just say I'm not avoiding any content where the Cavs fans are getting super upset with Evan Mobley. I'm enjoying it because that's a guy who won Defensive Player of the Year. That's a guy who did he win Rookie of the Year over Cade, or was that Scotty Barnes?
Barnes won it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everyone always was saying, like, oh, Mobley's a better guy from this class than Cade. He should have went 1. Like, that was always a discussion early on in both of their careers.
I just think Jalen Duren is, like, he's going to have a good series on the glass. I think taking his over every game might be the move for me. I might just be taking his over in rebounds every game. Yeah, if it stays at 11.5.
Probably going to start to rise, right?
Maybe. I mean, he only had 12 rebounds. It was the 7 offensive rebounds that, like, totally swung the game. 7 different extra possessions when the Cavs took 12 more threes and hit 4 more threes. Like, you're going to need some extra possessions somehow, and the Pistons were able to have those 7 extra possessions, and they ended up taking 4 more shots than the Cavs on the night.
And that's what we discussed. Like, with the way that Cleveland plays, they're going to just take much more threes than the Pistons do, which last night they took 12 more threes. That math battle is just going to be difficult to win if you're the Pistons. So how do you win your own version of the math battle? Well, 1, you have to win the turnover battle, which they did. 8 more turnovers for Cleveland than Detroit. And 2, the offensive rebounds. That's how you get back in the math game, and you take better shots. The Pistons did that. And it just felt really good that obviously the blowout, like the first half of this game I was having such a good time. Like, it was amazing. Just being up by 15 like the whole time. That was awesome. But you knew Cleveland was going to spark back. They were going to start to hit some shots. Max Strus couldn't really miss for a little stretch of this game in the second half. And then Harden obviously took over in the fourth. Once it got tied up, yes, I was extremely nervous, but I was almost excited that it did happen in the fact that, like, okay, what are the Pistons made of here? Orlando Magic, they were the 8 seed. You were down 3-1. Like, that just kind of was its own thing. This is a team that did this to you in the regular season. You know, they had lost like 12 straight games to the Cavs, just in general.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, like something ridiculous like that. They just hadn't beaten Cleveland in a crazy long time. And they really, like, it was nice to see, okay, this is tied up. They've come back. Backs against the wall. It's game 1. You got to go up 1-0 in front of your home crowd. And they're on a big run right now. And for them to just, boom, go on the dunk fest from Jalen Duren, getting stops, getting rebounds, that was my favorite part of the game. No doubt.
I would agree with you. I think my second favorite part of the game was seeing Danis Jenkins be assertive on offense, getting to his spots, getting the shots he wanted rather than the shots it felt like. Like, it felt like through the first 6 games of the first series, it was just like, I'm just going to shoot the ball not whenever I feel like it, but like he didn't feel comfortable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yesterday, he felt comfortable getting to his spots, moving the defense around. I don't know where the 4 steals came from, like you said. Had a ton of rebounds as well.
Yeah, the tip outs. I mean, that's where he would just come flying in. They wouldn't box him out. Like, the tip outs were so good.
I thought he was hunting a shot really well, even though he's still struggling to hit shots from the outside.
That clutch mid-range he hit, too. Like, that's the perfect example of him being aggressive offensively, because Cade, I mean, they were trying to take away Cade no matter what because his passing was so good down the stretch. So Cade sets the ball screen for him, knowing that they are just going to, like, they assume Cade's going to pop. Danis is going to give him the ball. That's the Cavs defense are ready for that. Danis just comes right off it, knowing that they're not going to stop the drive, and gets a wide-open mid-range shot and knocks it down. Like, that's the aggressiveness. It wasn't him like, oh, I got to get the ball back to Cade. It's the fourth quarter. He's the clutch player. We got to get it to him. No, if you're not going to guard me coming off of a screen, I'm going to get comfortably into my shot and knock it down.
He's pretty good in transition too, man. Like, I can't believe the way that he goes up off of 2 and just is able
really
to
bouncy,
get the ball. Yeah. It's not like he's springing, but like he's just able to body himself off to like wall people off really well in transition.
Doesn't really dunk. Like, remember when he tried to dunk in the Magic series, got rim stuffed? Like,
yeah, that was bad.
But he can, he can hang in midair for some time. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a good series for him, and if he can continue to deliver, I think the record is 22-3 when he scores 12 points now. So hopefully that can continue for Danis Jenkins, because usually when he's in double figures, it means the Pistons are winning basketball games. 989-837-6125. The 11 o'clock hour is brought to you by Iron Stack Technology. I'm sorry, the 11 o'clock hour is brought to you by Yiter Insurance. They're here to make sure you're covered every step of the way. Locally owned and trusted in Midland for decades, they treat you like family, not just another policy number. From home and auto to business and life insurance, Yiter has the right coverage for every stage of life. Their team keeps insurance simple, whether it's home or auto or business or life. Yiter has the right coverage for it all. Their team makes insurance simple with expert advice and real people you can actually talk to. That's Yiter Insurance Group. We'll be there when you need us since 1940.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and 100.9 The Myth.
All right, we've got news to get to. We got our 3 traditions. We're going to end things just like 6 minutes early today because the Great Lakes Loons have a day game. So John over in Lake County is going to get after it. Is it a doubleheader? Did yesterday get canceled?
Yesterday got canceled, but tomorrow's a doubleheader. Yes.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Framber Valdez got thrown out of last night's game.
What?
And I think that if you
What
are,
happened?
well, he hit someone in the back on purpose with
No.
a fastball. He says it wasn't on purpose. I think it was. I also think that there's consequences to breaking unwritten rules. There's an expectation for me to be here not 5 minutes before the show starts. There's no rule in my contract or there's no rule that I have to be here 2 hours before the show starts, but there's an expectation that I'm going to be here and be prepared, right? There's an expectation that when you're out and about, you're going to be kind to everyone or at least respectful. And if you're rude and making bad comments about people, rude comments, guess what? Someone might take action about that and you might get punched in the face. Those are all unwritten rules that have consequences. Just like throwing your baseball bat up into the air after you hit back-to-back home runs, doing these crazy celebrations, if you're stealing pitch signs and relaying them to the hitters, sometimes there's unwritten rules that if you break and you are willing to break, there might be some unwritten consequences. And that involves getting hit in the pitch or getting hit with a pitch by Framber Valdez. So I honestly don't blame Framber Valdez for what happened last night. He was probably upset with AJ Hinch that he got beamed right in the or that he was still out there after giving up 10 runs. I get the frustration from Framber Valdez. I get that AJ Hinch couldn't take him out of the game. I also don't understand why Boston's so upset about it when they did this to themselves in a way. Deal with the consequences of breaking unwritten rules. That's where I stand on Framber Valdez getting thrown out of last night's game. He should have been thrown out. It definitely was on purpose. I'm not believing any ounce of what he says when he says it was an accident.
Yeah, if you think it was an accident, there's just no way you actually believe it.
There's no way.
It certainly was not an accident.
But I also don't blame him for doing what he did.
I don't blame him for doing it to get out of the game, honestly. If that's really the true route he was taking, which I'm honestly believing it was based off of, I mean, if you're willing to okay, I'm purposely throwing at this guy, you're probably got a little bit of anger attached to it, right? You're probably willing to get ready to throw hands. And Framber Valdez had none of that. I mean, he threw right at Trevor Story's back and just stood there and did nothing. And then he got tossed from the game and he was like, okay.
Yeah, no reaction. He was like, he nodded once and was like,
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Happy to be gone.
If it was him just trying to get out of the game, then you know what? That was really your only way to do it, then I guess you could have given up another home run. Maybe then Hinch would have taken you out, I guess. But he was about to come out of the game no matter what. I don't think he had much left in him after the back-to-back homers. We obviously clearly have different opinions on this whole thing, but I am interested to just get your grand scheme thoughts on unwritten rules as a whole, because we have discussed this a couple of times now, and a lot of people feel like unwritten rules are pretty dumb. You should just be able to do whatever you want. It's 2026. Rules that people were following 100 years ago are whatever. What do you overall unwritten rules? You clearly seem to be pro unwritten rule based off of your stance here.
I don't think I'm pro or anti unwritten rule. I just think if you are willing to break the unwritten rules, you have to deal with if there's at least someone out there who doesn't want you to break that rule, and you've got to be well aware of that.
Tossing a bat is one of them.
And tossing a bat would be one of them. Now, I'm not saying I'm anti-flipping bats, but if there's a guy on the mound who's kind of notoriously got a little bit of a temper and you want to flip your bat, I'm not going to feel bad for you if he beams you with a fastball. Trevor Story can thank Contreras for what happened. He threw his bat up. There's a hothead on the mound. He's kind of known for that, Framber Valdez is. So when don't be shocked when he retaliates from that. When someone scores with 1 second left in a game, when the ball should have just been dribbled out, I'm not anti-doing that, but you have to deal with those consequences and understand there's going to be someone that has a problem with that. I'm not anti.
That's fair.
I'm not anti running the scoreboard up, keeping your starters in when you're up by 30 in a college football game. However, just know if the other coach doesn't want to shake your hand after the game, there's a reason why. And you can't be like, well, what did I do? You know what you did. You broke the unwritten rule, so deal with it.
Like, remember that one clip of, I can't even remember the school they were playing, but it was Kansas versus one of them really bad schools where the Kansas is dribbling the clock out. They're up by like 60 points. They're dribbling the clock out, no shot clock. And the kid comes up and sneaks behind, steals it, gets in transition, dunks it, and then just starts yelling at the crowd, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. What are you doing, bro?
And then he got shoved, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
You're just playing. No, you broke the unwritten rule.
No, Kansas was dribbling the clock. Like, I think I am. I'm like more pro unwritten rules than I think not.
When you say pro, you mean follow them?
Yeah, I'm a person that does take offense to when you do stuff that is like, come on, what are you doing? And it is pretty contextual. Like, I think it matters what's going on in the game. The basketball ones to me are the dribbling the clock out thing. Like, Asar Thompson catches the ball last night. He could have threw down a dunk.
Well,
Danis
threw down
a dunk.
Yeah,
it's true. See, I even thought about it. When Danis did that, I was like, oh, Danis, like the shot clock is off, man.
Danis's was borderline, though, because it was like a stop to win the game, basically. And then, like, it wasn't like the Cavs were still kind of trying when Danis got the turnover.
Yeah, and they might have still like fouled him and kept the free throw game going a little bit. But you're right. Like when he did that, I had the thought of just like, oh, Danis, like I don't know about that one, man. You probably should have just dribbled it out. But Asar Thompson did it at the next possession. So
yeah, the Danis one it could have been dribbled out, but it also was like it was the nail in the coffin more than anything.
Yeah.
It was like now the game's over.
All I thought was like with the chippiness that this game has had so far, with the Duncan Harden double tech earlier, like I kind of had a feeling that maybe Max Strus or one of these guys is about to like clip Danis Jenkins on his way back down the floor, and it didn't happen. So like that was good because that would have sucked to have another fight in that game. But nonetheless, like I just feel like I've made my stance on this. I think Framber Valdez, it's a sign of weakness to have such a bad performance that he did, and instead of just owning it and dealing with it, they have every right to celebrate teeing off on you because they are. That's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of your bad pitching performance. They can celebrate that as much as they want. And for you to take out your frustration on anybody but yourself, I just feel it's just childish. That's the only way I feel about it.
And I feel as if he was done. He didn't want to play anymore. And if you're Boston, you got to know that if you're willing to play with fire, fire's going to play back with you, typically.
And I do agree with you on that. Like, I agree that, yeah, Boston's got to know, like, if you're going to do that, then the Framber Valdez stuff can happen. It doesn't make me think that it's any less childish from Framber Valdez to do it, though. Like, just be the bigger man. You've given up 10 runs.
He is a big man. That is a guy I would not want to get into a fight with.
Certainly. Stocky guy. Clearly has some anger stuff going on sometimes. Like, yeah.
989-837-6125. What do you think? Do you blame Framber Valdez for what happened? We'll hit the news, do our three traditions to close out every show when we come back. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live on the Mint.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mint. By Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, let's hit the news. Kyle Sandel, take it away with the Mitt Morning Catch.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
All right. Lots to get into. We haven't hit the news yet today, so let's do that right now. First, let's look at the community calendar presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. The Midland Area Farmers Market returns weekdays on Wednesdays today. From 7 to 1, here back behind Dow Diamond. It's going to be going here from May to October, so get ready for some Wednesday morning action here in the back of the ballpark with the Midland Area Farmers Market. Okay, Tigers, Red Sox. 6:40 tonight. Tigers trying to avoid the sweep. They have tomorrow off, so it is a night game tonight. Jack Flaherty versus Sonny Gray. We saw this matchup earlier this year when the Tigers and Red Sox faced off. We are getting it once again, and boy, oh boy, do we need a good Jack Flaherty start today. Really badly.
Desperately, we need a Jack Flaherty start. The bullpen's decimated already. Not only are they hurt, but they're just not a lot of guys are like available. Unfortunately, it's the one starting pitcher that they have right now who just you don't really trust to go more than 4 or 5 innings.
And they need at least 5 innings out of him, like so badly. His ERA is really bad. It's up north of 5 right now, so big time spot for Jack Flaherty tonight and for the Tigers just to avoid the sweep as well. Yet they still are at the top of the American League Central Division because Cleveland has also lost 3 games in a row. 18-19. Tigers, Guardians tied at the top, and then the White Sox and Royals are both 17-19. The Royals have gotten hot lately. They're starting to show like they are the team that we expected them to be in the preseason. So 4 teams right now are within a half game of first place, and Minnesota is 16-20. So this division is just all jumbled up right now. Any team can go on a run and take it over.
I can't believe the Sox have made their way up to the top of the standings. Everybody. It's so weird.
Munetaka Murakami, man. He's doing it for him. Did you see he hit his first double of the year the other day? He's got like 12 home runs, and he has no doubles.
How is that even possible?
Because I'm pretty sure some stat I saw earlier this year, 60% of his at-bats, over 60%, are either home run, strikeout, or walk. That's it. He doesn't do anything else. It's pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, that's the standings right now in the AL Central. We did have a guy return to the Tigers last night. We'll look at the Covenant Healthcare injury report. Zach McKinstry returned from the IL last night, played for the Tigers, was playing third base.
He was terrible. He was awful. What a horrible way to come back. He's an error that ends up leading to the first Framber Valdez home run.
Right. Those were the unearned runs for Framber, yes.
Yeah, he has an error. And you knew as soon as that error happened and the bases became juiced with 2 outs, they were giving up runs. You never get out of that situation without giving up some runs.
Error, yeah.
Yeah. So I was mad about that. Then the next inning, bases were loaded. He comes up with 2 outs, and he strikes out.
That was the longest first inning in Tigers history, I think.
I know.
Because the Tigers scored 2 runs, the Red Sox scored 3. The Red Sox opener, who they had for Brian Bayo, it was terrible. I mean, Johan, I even forget his name. He was terrible, man. He had like 35 pitches. They had to get him finally out of the inning, but nonetheless, Tigers lose. Zach Short, though, was designated for assignment. Came up, had 3 at-bats for the Tigers. They had to make room for him on the 40-man roster just for him to get waived a couple days later.
For him.
Hopefully his time in Detroit is done, though. No offense.
I pray.
No offense to him by any means.
I hope he does take offense to it. He's terrible.
He hopes he takes offense to it. Last night, we had the NHL draft lottery last night. Did you see this, Ben?
I saw a lot of people were upset and thinking that it was rigged. That's all I really saw.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs won, and they were the 5th overall. They were in the 5 spot, essentially.
Why do people think it's rigged?
I mean, it's a lottery, and everyone's always going to think it's rigged. We thought the same thing with the NBA draft lottery. We do every year. Maple Leafs 1. San Jose for the back-to-back season gets the 2nd overall spot. Vancouver 3. Chicago 4. And John's New York Rangers have the 5th pick. Where are the Red Wings at? Oh, wait. They traded their pick. Yeah, the 15th slot for the Wings is headed to the St. Louis Blues.
But at least they ended their playoff. Oh, wait. They didn't do that either.
But at least they fired the GM that has gotten them in a... I don't have anything else. I wanted to keep it going, though.
It kind of is crazy that he just didn't get fired. He's just, like, going to be around again.
He just is the GM still, right?
And if they haven't fired him by now, there's just no way they're not going to fire him before the draft, right? I mean, he doesn't even have a pick.
Yeah, so maybe they could wait, because what's he going to do until then? Pretty tough. Okay, last night following the Pistons game, we had Lakers versus Thunder. OKC goes up 1-0 on LA despite a pretty good LeBron game. It didn't even take Shea to have a huge game either. Chet Holmgren did it all offensively for the Thunder. Austin Reeves has been really struggling since returning to the Lakers lineup. He went 3 for 16 last night, including 0 of 5 from downtown. Yikes. Thunder win this one. Jared Vanderbilt also gets hurt in this. Did you see his injury?
No.
The finger? Oh, it was gross. It was one of those gross ones. Yeah.
Do you think this is a sweep? I think it's a sweep unless Luka comes back.
It's hard to say just because is Luka coming back? And even if Luka comes back, it could still be a sweep. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this is not a sweep.
I just don't know if he's coming back. I hope he is. If he can come back for game 2, I definitely don't think it's a sweep. If they're down 0-2, it might not matter.
They're certainly not winning a game in this building. So it's going to have to be a home game. But also, like, you wasted the 3 of 6 LeBron from deep game. Like, come on.
LeBron might decide to retire after this series. It's like, yeah, I just don't have it anymore. These young guns are killers.
Yeah, really rough game for the Lakers shooting-wise. 10 of 30 from downtown they go. OKC up 1-0 in that series. Tonight we have the game 2s of the other side. It's really nice how this schedule is playing out, where it's just the 2 matchups and then the 2 matchups. We're going back and forth, and it's going to be like that for the entire second round, which is really nice. So tonight's matchups, game 2, 76ers, Knicks. Knicks are 7.5-point favorites. They lead 1-0. They won game 1 by 39 points. And then Timberwolves, Spurs, the late game at 9:30. Both of these are on ESPN tonight. Spurs are 9.5-point favorites, despite the Timberwolves taking game 1. I've completely shifted, by the way.
Okay.
Well, not completely shifted, because I think I talked about it a little bit before the series, but...
How so?
I think Minnesota wins the series. I think I'm going to let San Antonio win tonight, because they will win tonight, and then I'm going to bet on Minnesota to win the series. Because the odds right now aren't, like, I need to wait till San Antonio takes a game to do it.
I really liked some of the points that Colin Cowherd was making yesterday. It's just like Randall's kind of the ideal guy to guard Wemby. You just kind of get into him, be super physical, and beat him up. And Minnesota's this ferocious team.
And Randall's not even that good of a defender. He's just big. He's a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, they're ferocious.
Draymond type of build. Yeah.
They're really malleable in how they can play down the stretch. Yeah, man. They're good. They're really good.
I still think the Spurs win tonight, and then I'm going to be betting on the Timberwolves to win the series after that. So we'll see how that one goes. This is pretty interesting. I really wanted to touch on this because it's odd. The American Football Coaches Association has recommended 4 changes to the college football calendar that would potentially end the season by the second Monday in January. And they also are pushing for increased access to the college football playoff. You want to hear these 4 changes?
Let's hear them.
Let me know, just yes or no, straight up, do you agree? Number 1, ending conference championship games.
What? No. Who thinks that's a good idea?
Well, they're trying to condense the schedule.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Okay. Number 2, reducing open weeks in seasons from 2 to 1. Essentially, like week 0, reducing the opening weeks in seasons from 2 to 1. There's basically 2 opening weeks. Week 0 is not a thing. Week 1 just is week 0 now.
No, I don't like that. I
like it.
It's like an appetizer.
It's hard to condense the schedule, though, if you're doing it that way. Number 3.
I like the appetizer.
Preserving an exclusive window for the Army-Navy game in December, but allowing postseason games to be played on the same day. So right now, Army-Navy, of course, for the longest time, they just have their own week. Nothing happens in Army-Navy week. They're saying that's still going to be the only regular season game that's played, but college football playoff games could also be played on that day.
Yeah, sure. I don't care about Army-Navy at all. I'm not going to lie. If that makes me unpatriotic, so be it. But I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched Army-Navy.
Have they thought about you've never watched Army-Navy?
It's
never
not good
once?
football.
You never watched it?
I mean, I'm sure I've had it on,
What a
but I've never
rivalry.
been like, you know what? I can't wait to watch Army Navy.
That's
No.
crazy. You've never watched it. What about the situation where Army or Navy are in the college football playoff? They haven't considered that.
That won't ever
They
happen.
haven't considered that. They've been ranked in the last couple of years. Navy was. Number 4, reducing the minimum number of days between playoff games to no fewer than 6.
Yeah. Pro.
Yeah, because actually they just said the number of games in general, not just playoff games, because of course right now Indiana. Do you remember the amount of days they played between the Big Ten championship game and their first college football playoff quarterfinal, the Rose Bowl? 27 days
Bruh.
they had in between games. And then they still obviously went on and played till the end of January. So those are the proposals from the AFCA. And that's the news.
That's the news. All right, when we come back, we'll do our 3 traditions, and then we'll send it over to Mr. Vicari for some Loons baseball. It's the Ben Bosscher Show, and we are live here on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, we have 3 traditions to close out every single show. Before we get to some Loons baseball here, maybe we can bring John in here momentarily too. The first tradition we have is lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
We're off to a good start in May, man. We really are. Last night we picked up another win because Jalen Duren came up with the clutch rebound. Yeah. You want to know what his 12th rebound was too? The one where he was laying down on the ground and somehow the ball ended up in his hands. I think that ended up being his 12th rebound.
Really?
Yeah. From his butt on the ground.
Well, it was just 10.5, so.
Oh, I thought it was 11.5.
10.5.
Either way.
Yeah. Either way you had it, yeah. You're 3-0, man, to kick off May. Pretty good job. 1.9 units up. They've been pretty safe picks, so still like not a ton of ground above 500, but still, nonetheless, it's better than not being above 500. 1.54 units up to start this week as well. You've hit 3 days in a row, and 4 days in a row is your record. So you could be tying the record here for most days in a row. John is pre-fading, by the way.
Oh, he doesn't even know what it is.
In YouTube chat, he just says fade.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no,
he
does. I put the graphic up, actually. He does know it. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Today it's going to be Joel Embiid, 26.5 points. He only played 25 minutes in game 1, and I think that was kind of like, hey, we're not going to, like, it felt like a scheduled loss for Philly in game 1, didn't it? We're only going to play him 25 minutes, whatever. He'll be more well-rested for game 2 than he was for game 1, and he went 3 of 11 in that game. So I just think Joel Embiid has a bounce-back game, and that's how they counter the Jalen Brunson getting endless buckets is let's just slow the game down a little bit and get the ball to Joel, get him to the free throw line. Hopefully he's making his free throws. I also think, tell me if you think I'm crazy here, if the league wants this to go more than like 4 games and they sense that, oh man, the Knicks might just be cruising, the whistle comes out a little bit more for the Sixers tonight. If the league were to be a rigging league, it'd be like, hey, let's give the Sixers a few more whistles tonight, get them to line, make sure this game actually is closer than game 1. I think Joel's a big scorer tonight, so I'm going with over 26.5.
I mean, they kind of have to. They need him to go off tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're hot right now. 4 days in a row is tough. I don't know if you're capable of doing that, but sure, I'll tail this because mainly John won't like it. So, plus I faded last night, and it would feel wrong to fade 2 days in a row when you've been on a little bit of a hot streak.
Yeah, what the heck, man? Why didn't you believe in Jalen Duren?
I just wasn't crazy confident.
Well, it was a lock for a reason, Kyle. Joel Embiid over 26.5. That is what, minus, what was it?
Minus 125.
I think there's a new strategy in play. I'm a man on a mission in the month of May to make some money. There we go. Joel Embiid, 27 points. That's our lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Next tradition we have is our game of the day.
Game of the day.
So we got 2 really good options tonight. We got the Sixers versus the Knicks. But based on how that first game went and how the other game went, coming down to the last possession, I got to go back with the Spurs and the Timberwolves. I feel like this will be easy every other day. It's just going to be the Timberwolves and the Spurs. I love this series, man. I love it. You got a 2 seed back against the rope. You've got Victor Wembanyama, who's just like a sight to see anyway. I'm curious if they start calling the goaltendings or not, because that became a big deal on social media after the game, that some of his blocks are actually goaltends. I'm curious to see how much they physically continue to beat him up. I'm really intrigued by this one.
Yeah, I mean, down 1-0, like this is for sure the game of the day.
Okay. Well, it's that simple then. There you go. Game of the day.
Game of the day.
Do we want to get John's thoughts on the game of the day?
Yeah, because we're not going to guess Collins Open today because Collins not going to be on the radio.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, John, do we have John?
Yeah, we have John right here.
What was the choice there?
The Western Conference semifinal game, of course. The most intriguing game that we have on today.
No. It's go New York, go. Knicks and Sixers.
I don't
Dude
know.
just hits with a no.
No, I don't know, John. What if it's another blowout? I can't choose a blowout as the lock of the day.
Dude, you get to watch Jalen Brunson.
That's not fun, man. That is one of the worst watches in the league.
Gosh. But by the way, Embiid is Brunson, but 6'11".
That's
Same
not.
guy.
That's actually the
Different
smartest thing
packages.
John
Not
said.
a bad take. All right, John, you've got 90 seconds. I want to hear your take on the Framber Valdez thing. because I know you have a take on it.
Boy, if you can take me on my ear, by the way, Kyle.
Oh, yep.
No, leave it in there. Leave it in there.
You can. From the Valdez perspective, it's weak, right? If you can confirm that the other team is stealing signs, tell your manager. First off, make sure you don't show the signs, but tell your manager, and then you could still throw at them because, yeah, it's cheating. It's not playing the game straight up. But if you can't verify that, or you're just going, I'm getting rocked, but that must be the reason, it's weak. It's weak. I thought Dirks was funny, though, on the broadcast. Like, you guys mentioned it. He was just
So
like,
stupid.
it wasn't intentional.
Did you
And
see
then
the
he couldn't say
Red Sox
animosity.
announcers?
He could. The Red Sox call was great, too, but
They
Dirks
lost
couldn't
their
say
minds.
animosity. Yeah. Well, yeah. The Red Sox are homer broadcasts. Like, if you want a TV broadcast that's just sheer homerism, it's Nesson, who, by the way, can't work their cameras, by the way, so they have no right to talk. I'm surprised they even captured the hit by pitch, to be honest.
Okay.
All right, John, I'm turning you off.
Okay.
See you in like a minute.
Well, Loons
Okay.
baseball back on in about, like Kyle said, 30, 20 seconds. Catch them in action. It's their first game of their homestand since yesterday got rained out. I wonder what John did on a day where he got rained out.
So
in
much
Lake County.
Yeah, so much to do over there in East Lake, Ohio. I got a point yesterday in Collins Open. I just wanted to flex a little bit.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Okay. That's going to do it for us today. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you do your social media. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe and a follow there. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Don't forget about us. See you later.